So we meet again. I was just on Eye of Apophis live in the chat at the very end of hers. Welcome back, Eye. That's one person I never really. And give me a second. You're going to hear a motorcycle club that's about to go by that's been stalking me in my place. There's a group of about 8, and if you can't hear, I've got audio and video where the same motorcycle clubs that I've spoke of sex trafficking, drug trafficking, those patches, those bikes don't mean fucking shit. When you're trafficking and you're helping kill innocent children, I don't care much for those motorcycle clubs. And the patches that are stalking my place, like you just heard, it's the same club, and probably about an hour, you'll hear the same ones coming back this way. They do it on a schedule. But I have every one of the slides that I did last night, I still have those available. And of those, we're going to go back here and rehash and bring up, I think it was 6. For instance, if I had no clue what I was talking about on the drug ring, clubs, the targeted missing and murder, me this. Williams is begging me on behalf of his own, what would you call it, stepchildren sake. I need to tell him everything I know on anybody and everybody involved. His children's lives are at stake. And Gima Lee, I hope to God it's not Grandma Lena. Just spelt different. Yeah, that's Eric Williams, the AK searcher with no flashlight on the news. Eric Williams. The one and only Eric Williams. The one that was, like I said, on news stations going, yes, me and Adam Bridges' family. So it was Eric Williams and Adam Bridges' family that were out searching. Middle of the night, no flashlights. Keep that in mind. I got that admission from Eric himself. We had no flashlights. We were just searching the area because we know the area good. We know it by the back of our hands. We don't need flashlights, is his exact words. So who he was searching with, you see it right there. If I was such an idiot, had no clue what I'm talking about, then why is the one and only Eric Williams pretty much demanding and begging? And just to know, let you know, Adam Snodgrass, and as if you watch any of my other lives, my other videos, Linda Miller, aka Linda Garlic, Girls Rule, The Buzzards, up to here recently, she's a longtime member. Just like Tina Riddell, Skelly, and Rick Collins. And when it comes to Adam Snodgrass, he was incarcerated at the time in December of 2020 when Aaron Unger and Jared Perry was using his Facebook while he was in jail to start the threats. Now, mind you, keep in mind, December 20th, 2020, 48 hours after the threats to kill me and my family if I did not stop snitching to the Indiana State Police, the FBI, and the local task force on Delphi and other cases back to them and their cartel drug operation that she admits in 2015 when Derek Sherman, Anna Williams, Toby Garth, Ashley Garth, their longtime friends, Lee Sexton, Aaron Unger, Dustin Mills, and another Mel were raided in 2015. Aaron herself said she was done for what? The cartel. Now I'm going to see where this picks off. Is where this is Linda Miller, aka Linda Garlic, off the Hulu doc. This is her talking about Sleece's ex-boyfriend is in prison, blah blah blah. But we were getting to the point where I'm trying to. My granddaughter's mom's boyfriend, Adam Snodgrass. Aaron Unger has a daughter with James Sawyer Sr. There's a lot I did not cover. Yeah, Buzzards, it's like the Facebook groups like they have now. There's pro state, pro defense. They have their own names and everything now. But there was, at the time, Buzzards, Buzzards, group chat and groups. Then there was Girls Rule, just how it sounds. And it had males, females, all in a Facebook private group chat. And they made like members only, like group chats and like a chat. Like they made a private invite only. You have to been approved to get in chat and group and a page. And we'll get to that. But what I was getting at was when you get to Malia Tortilla is her granddaughter. She is now married to Jarek Perry. And you see where I'm asking about Garrett, and she's going to admit where a lot of her own family and them were longtime friends, and you'll find on Garrett's friends list. And you see right here, mom of her granddaughter is Aaron Unger. And I'm going to get to those here in a second. And this is who I'm talking about. Linda Miller off the Hulu doc. And I want you guys to see this yourselves. The JP Aaron Unger is talking about from Delphi is Jarek Perry. This is his hairstyle. This is what he looked like when he and Aaron admit of passing Dave McCain and admitting that he was with others they named. They admitted to items that Dave had on, including an item he later testified he had around his neck. The male and female that he truly passed exposed themselves when it comes to December 2020. And I'm pretty sure you've seen Case by Case and others crop, and I'm pretty sure you've seen these messages. But you notice who she was talking to and who was cropped out of multiple pages have used these exact messages with people like me and Tina's conversations, but they make sure to crop out who Tina was talking to, who forced and didn't take the bullshit lies, the cover up narratives, fake stories, the boohoo. Her daughter, she admits, never had gotten beaten, the hard R, none of that during Delphi. She admits that never happened. And I've got the text with Tina herself. But this is unredacted, unscripted, uncropped, and I'm just going back a few things before I'll get back into. Yeah, I think we're getting to it. I'm trying to get back to. What is this? What were you doing February 15th, 2017? February 14th and 15th, I was dressed, and I still have the text messages. Hurry, I need to get back up to Delphi. Both days on February 14th and 15th were rushed meetings. One was a payment, one was gathering and giving of intel. The payment was about $2,600, and it was for the greenlit domestic terrorism investigation, including Brad Holder, Amber Holder, Patrick Westfall, Jeff Brackett, Shane Meehan, and multiple members of American Patriots 3%, abbreviated AP3, bug out style 72-hour domestic terrorism, mind you, known suspects, many like Brad, for years. His memberships inside of AP3, his selling of homemade knives that he home forged. There was agents that actually bought those knives a year in advance of Delphi. He was a known FBI domestic terrorism suspect for years. The FBI, Indiana State Police, and the local task force within JTTF knew that withheld, hid, and refused to show the first investigation that had years of intel on him and other domestic terrorism suspects, not just for months, weeks, but years. What you got was what Todd Click and Murphy only wanted you to see in the second investigation. They were under orders from Jay Abbott to cover up and hide the first investigation. So the special agent in charge orders not to talk about, hide, disregard, is why you only got a small portion, aka the Odin 2 investigation. The Odin 1 investigation, the FBI, Indiana State Police, as well as the locals, withholding that from the defense, violated Rick Allen's 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments. Automatically should be vacating his appeal right now. He should be vacated and a free man. After 2.5 years, the same intel I gave Matt Hoffman and the same intel that Andrew Baldwin was personally asking me for over 8 months, Matt Hoffman received. After 2.5 years in solitary confinement, free trial, mind you, forced drugs, and 2.5 years solitary confinement, the jury got to hear in Karina McClurkin's case that exact same intel. And after 2.5 years, forced medication, trying to get him to do exactly what Rick did, Flint Farmer was acquitted, walked a free man. As you can tell in the conversations with Matt, if Andrew and the defense team took him on as a client, they would have gotten access to that JTTF investigation via the same criminal and criminal networks the FBI knew and was following back to even her case. They knew, they refused to act, allowed the sexual trafficking cartel dealer and his ring that did a ritual became blood brothers and sisters during Karina McClurkin's case. Mind you, Blaine Nelson, the wife I did with him, he actually admits just that. They did a ritual, they became blood brothers and sisters, they took a blood oath. Did a ritual in Karina McClurkin's case. So Gabe Ellis, his sons, daughters, now became Blaine's nieces and nephews. You'll hear him throughout texts, messages with me, even on the live, saying his nieces and nephews of his AK blood brother. I had to get out of Tot Rubo, his mother. He has no family relations. I don't know why he's calling them nieces and nephews. And Gabe Ellis, Hal Stacy, Tyler Joe French, Josh Eberling, which is Josh Eberling is now Megan Allen's husband. They were all dealing partners under Gabriel Ellis in that cartel ring. Oh, it's worse than just why did Tina lie? Tina was called the 13th to meet her daughter and her friends. They're at Gable Ellis's daughter's apartment, where they went into the basement. On the way down to the basement, you've seen, and I can rehash those, is Tina Riddell's own words talking about blood all over the stairs leading to the basement door, all over the walls. Then there was more than enough blood where it was pooling, and it was on the basement walls and pulling to the, what was she saying, where the water heater was. It was pulling to where it was under the water heater. She admits that they had baking soda and peroxide in boxes already pre-planned, stashed in that basement. The amount of blood Tina Riddell was saying, and when I asked her whose, she told me the Delphi girls. She told her girls rule and her friends to attack me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying, but she admitted to me after I asked whose blood was it, Delphi girls, and she was trying to say it was only her daughter and her friends coming back bloody. The amount of blood she's talking about, that doesn't just be on clothes. To have amount, like she was saying, pulling and going to a water heater all over walls, something that does not add up, Tina. And it's the same apartment where Blaine Nelson admits they killed Karina McClurkin at. Keep that in mind. But we're going to go back and, sorry, I had to delete that. And I'm going to go over some, I'm telling you, my friend JP is sitting here, Jarek Perry. This is Aaron talking to me using her boyfriend, Adam Snodgrass. I'm not trying to scare you, but you might have been talking to the wrong people. Some of these people are people who grew up with the kids that were killed. Jarek and Aaron, her daughter, is longtime friends, decades friends with Derek German, Anna Williams. But you have Jarek Perry, his mom, Mike and Lisa Perry out of Delphi, longtime family friends for decades of both of the victims' family. You have one of the killers not only telling you, just like most child murders, the killers personally knew the family and victims. So read and keep in mind what I'm putting up right here. Linda Miller, her daughter, introduced me, Shauna Bradfield introduced me to her sister. And Aaron is still considered a daughter, even though her son and Aaron broke up, got a divorce. That's still one of her daughters. I've got that in writ. And what I'm getting at is what it's like most child murders. The killers knew the family and personally knew the victims. This is Jarek Perry and Aaron Unker admitting, and she was only trying to say Aaron, she didn't know, or her family didn't know the girls or their families personally, but they're admitting that there's others involved right here besides themselves. trying to tell me the cartel will what? They fucking kill you and your kids, man. If you're in too deep, or if you're rolling. This is one where I was speaking up, and my friend said that I would have my throat slit, I would be left in puddles of my own blood in the woods, just like who? The Delphi girls. And I have where multiple times Jerry Holman, Detective Stephen Buckley, among others, know this personally. And this is Shauna Bradfield introducing me to Aaron Unger, aka Adam Snodgrass. I'm trying to get to the other conversations where this is where further conversation, and I think I've got most of the full conversation. And you see me crop and only put pieces on this, but this is why. Even though Aaron Unger, Slee Sexton went state witness, federal witnesses to get less time, Jared Perry, April 18th, 2018, him and three others, he fired a 40 caliber gun while taking two hostage there at Prophets State Park parking area. He went state witness in 2018 against the three he was against. Aaron, her daughter, went state and federal against the cartel that they admit they were involved with to get what? Less charges. But they're going to kill two innocent children for what? For what they themselves would do to get less time. And this is one of the guys she thought snitched on her. And I was asking about the Good Old Boys clubs. Yes, they have two. One in Kokomo, one they were just going to open cartel-wise in Lafayette. She's talking about judges, elected officials, rank and file law enforcement. You'll be surprised. Criminals are not the brightest. As you can tell, criminals are not the brightest. And she's talking about how for decades of being involved with the cartel, her and her family, you have even Shauna and Linda herself laughing that they've been decades long time close friends with kingpins, dealers, and cartel members in Frankfort, Monticello, Kokomo for decades. They thought it was a laughing matter. She talks about how, like, when she got busted with her spice, how it shipped in. You know, the shipping containers that are moved then by freight? Less chance of being raided, less chance of being found. And you can easily have a semi truck, drop a trailer off at any location they're ordered to stop at. It could be a far and out in the middle of the country. No questions asked. As long as you're able to get it off the truck, they'll deliver it anywhere. Then she's talking about admitting that yes, they're actually moving women and people and children. Ding, ding, ding. Like I said, criminals are not very smart, especially when they're pressured and they know you're on the right individuals, their criminal networks, them and their friends, you're looking in the right direction. Boy, will they tell you everything and give you stories to look in the wrong direction. They'll even pay content creators to push fake stories, narratives, like Tina and her friends paying creators the beat hard R. Paige Trilly tried saying that to my downstairs neighbor. That's what happened to her. Not Karina, but her the night Karina went missing. Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard criminals inside this cartel drug ring use the same thing. But I'm going to go to the next slide. Now I know what slides I'm looking at. I was trying to look for this to make sure it's the right slide. And I want you to keep in mind the threats. If I truly want to be protected, I need to scream, get as loud as possible, and get as many behind me. Yeah. And if you're gutsy enough, I can throw a link. I think even backstage, I should be able to throw a link if somebody's want to come on. But like I said, it's a Q&A, but I want to bring this up and go through these in full on why I truly believe there was others involved. Richard Allen is innocent, just like Flint Farmer. My intel, the FBI, Indiana State Police. Remember how Jerry Holman was so shitty? How the fuck did defense get that? Know all that? How in the fuck? Well, Jerry Holman, under federal and state rules and laws, I can provide hard copies of who, what, when, where, and why the FBI, Indiana State Police, and the local Joint Terrorism Task Force were already in Delphi on a domestic terrorism investigation. And the third parties named by the defense, how they came to be, how they knew about and why to go after the Joint Terrorism Task Force, is when Todd Click came in and confirmed, yes, I was an active informant. Yes, there was an investigation prior to Delphi. Yes, he used tons of that information, years of intel I gathered on Brad Holder, Patrick Westfall, Shane Meehan, and many more to help him build the Odin 2 investigation. And I want to bring up something I gave Matt Hoffman. And I want this is well as the Odin's Hammer tattoo. It was only post Delphi, the Odin's Hammer, and the Tears Hellhound emblem Amber Holder got tatted. And I want to bring up a few things. And where were we? I'm going to look for a few more things. I'm going to go over the whole those texts if you guys want me to. Blaine started talking until they gave him a hot shot and made sure that he was dead when he took it. But he was still hiding his cartel partner and him being involved. And if you look at the last live, you've seen Blaine Nelson admit he was there the night Karina McClurkin was killed, but he had no control in what was going on and had no say in it. Before he died, he admitted he was at 105 East Harrison. And the conversations you've seen with me and Matt, where they were asking who would they need to get in contact to have DNA and investigators go through that proper location, where Tina admits in the basement would be Delphi girls' blood all over the walls. Going to the water heater. Then you'll have the evidence where Marlena Smith admits, yes, that was the apartment Karina McClurkin was killed at. You had evidence of 3 Michigan murdered cases and the criminals going back to the same AK drug house that they paid off the other tenants. You didn't see anything, you didn't hear anything. Money and drugs is exactly what Blaine Nelson told me. The rest of those tenants were either bought off with drugs or money. If you hear anything or see anything, you didn't see or hear anything. Blaine Nelson's admissions are wonderful. Okay, we want to know about Matt. This is what I was trying to get at, but okay. So you want to know about Matt. So you want me to go over the text messages with me and Matt? This is when Matt Hoffman, after conference calls with me and Matt and Andrew with the defense team, after multiple calls with Matt and Andy on conference calls, he had Matt Hoffman reach out and contact me. You see the date and time exactly and how many months and days before the Franks motion. Keep in mind, April 2nd, 2023 is over 7 months pre what? Frank's motion. Hi, Michael. It's Matt. Oh, Gemma Lee, if you go to, I have 2 lives going. If you go to the one that's vertical, you can read it clear as day. If you're on the horizontal one, it's going to be hard to read. It's going to be small. But if you all go over to the vertical live, I've got 2 lives running simultaneously. One's a vertical and one's horizontal. The horizontal is going to be small. If you switch over and go to vertical, you're going to see it as clear as day, just like it's a regular text message. I should have said that when I started this. Oh, look. Inbred little twat. Not you, Gemma, but yeah. Cash Bandit. You gotta love idiots. I'm not 100% sure. There probably is, and I don't think I'm getting all the messages. Yeah, I'm trying to deal with idiots. Sorry. I'm gonna go back and Where are we going? And if you haven't noticed, I think there's a missing part here where I was actually asking him. I kept asking him at the very, I think it was first, second message with him. It was going days on end unread. And I brought up to him, if you're not going to read this, if I'm just wasting my time, my breath trying to speak and have this broke down to you, give this to you, if you're not going to bother reading it, am I just wasting mine, Andrew's, in your own time? And then I got the response where, oh, no, 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 keep going, keep going. And that's where I got this. I thought I put that one on here. Or do you want me to get down where I was talking about Brad Holder, his group? I can skip forward if you want. But you can see this a whole lot clearer than the horizontal, correct? So if you want to see these clear as day, go over to the vertical live and you can ask her. It's clear as day, just like you're reading a text message. Or do you want me to keep speeding through these? Then I was telling him about Heath Evans. If you look up Heath Evans, stealing narcotics on duty and off a little old lady, admitting to being high on duty multiple times. Or if you want me to skip to, oh, you want me to skip to the evidence where I know for a fact he got and he refused to give. Give me a second. I have to go to brand two real quick. This for IMPD when it comes to Delphi, double homicide, Flora 4, Logan Sport Fires, Daniel Height, Jeremy Patterson, Karina McClurkin, the criminal network, the cartel, the gangs, the motorcycle clubs, back to multiple missing and murder cases down in Indianapolis. This is an IMPD officer, badge number 7, I believe 739, with IMPD Garland Cooper. This is something I brought up to Matt Hoffman. When you have officers covering up no intel and admit, yes, there is ties and connections to Delphi, Karina McClurkin, Logansport, Flora 4, the ones on the witness list going back to the gang and cartel network, every single witness on Galen Rose's lawsuit, every single name goes back to either Dilling or Dillers turned killers like Jennifer Dean Barnes. I'm skipping through to some things that I see pertinent where they ask me anything, any ties, connections back to Gabe, Kokomo, that cartel drug ring, and anything that would be pertinent if they knew, could that gang have stalked, found an opportunity to frame Rick? Well, longtime friends of Kathy Allen, what you're seeing here soon is off of her own Facebook page before she shut it down. Brooke Ball out of Kokomo, Indiana. And he was asking me to tell me about Bree Wilbur. Remember, up above, he was asking, can you show me and break down Bree Wilbur a little bit more? And give me a second. I'm going to speed forward because you're probably here for this. Is another thing I brought up is Blaine McClellan, dealing partners with Derek Sherman, first cousins with um, Nicholas McClellan, first cousin, dealing with Derek Sherman, busted, and throughout their full court case, this is something else I brought up, pertinent, which first immediate family of Nicholas McClellan being involved with the cartel drug network and dealing partners with a victim's dad, I seem pretty questionable on why he did not recuse themselves like Phelps did. And you see why Phelps, was it Phelps or who recused themselves? The first judge recused themselves for damn good reason. It was conflicts of interest, him and his family. Just like Nicholas McClellan, you see Blaine McClellan, his first cousin, multiple, including 2026 felony charges, still active in around that drug ring. So if Matt Hoffman chose to give this information to the defense, pretty damning on getting what Nicholas McClellan was trying to do with them, get them kicked off the case. You had every damn reason to kick Nicholas McClellan and the major conflicts of interest, immediate family of his, being charged and through court as dealing partners, picked up 4 hours apart during the same raids with Derek Sherman. Major conflicts of interest when you had friends that go back to Gabriel Ellis. Dustin Prater goes back to Gabriel Ellis. Blaine McClellan goes back to Gabe Ellis. Other dealers like Christopher Duff, Nita Duff's son that was dealing out of her house. They're all dealing partners. And this is pertinent information that should have forced Nicholas McClellan and a different prosecutor to take over unbiased. When you're trying to hide you and your own family's drug connections, and it's something I brought up when Sophia Rossi, Brad Rossi, his wife, adult children now, Mark Lehman, both lived and worked for years. Their children went to school in where? Kokomo. Facts. Before they moved and went out their practices, they were working and living in Kokomo. Their children were going to school in Kokomo. When you have dealers, friends of theirs, I'm going to go into some. I'm trying to get to the. I know what you're here for. And I'm going to try to speed forward. You really came for. Oh, one employer of Jennifer McClellan, which is Nick's immediate and Blaine's immediate family, was threats. If I was to speak on another Richard Allen Ferguson, who was a school resource officer at the time of Delphi and Flora with Carroll County School District, school resource officer that went by the name Richard Allen. And if I was to keep talking on Richard Allen, Jennifer McClellan, her employer, the one she was working for, hired by, was going to make sure my information, where I lived, any pertinent information that the criminal network would care to know, either I shut my mouth or the information goes to whoever needs it. And uh, where did Blaine get this hot shot? It was a drug dealer. It was sitting in his cell phone. Like his mom said, they held on to his cell phone, refused to give it back to the family for months. Almost a year, almost 2 years after Blaine was dead, they finally got the cell phone back. They were supposed to go through that cell phone to get the dealer that he contacted to get what was supposed to be just fent, like fentanyl, but it ended up being 90, at least 90 some odd percent horse drink and just a minute amount of the drug that he bought. It was like 90% horse drink and just a minute amount of the actual drug that he was buying, supposed to be getting. And they highly mixed it, or it was nothing but horse drink. That's what eventually got him dead. And unlike what Christine Salazar says, Erica Morse says, of Blaine Nelson being the one dead on the bed, I've got the exact crime scene photos. He was on a floor, no bed, no pillows around him. He was on a hardwood floor that he fell on, where he died, took his last breath on a hardwood floor. The crime scene pictures that I got from Todd Rubo, the first one to find him passed out, overdosing on the floor, was his son. Hollered for his grandmother, Todd Rubo, to come upstairs. Hey, I need help. They found him on a hardwood floor, face down, until the EMS got there, flipped him over on a hardwood floor. No pillows, no blankets. They moved all that, but a hardwood floor that he was on. So him being found, and oh, that's the crime scene pictures of a man dead on a bed, is a bullshit lie. It was not Blaine Nelson. And Christina and Erica chose, along with Prof, to use my PTSD. They found out I had PTSD from being raped, sodomized, and beat, along with my female little cousin, for 5 years of our life. My PTSD makes me mentally ill. Go take your meds, Mike. Remember when CJ was doing the same thing for content? Remember? Hunting testicles crime on criminalities' lives? Them having a good laugh? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Let's have Grano and CJ go over the 2018 with KPD. See, I told you, his PTSD makes him a mental retard. Remember Fiend, Adrian, all those in criminalities chat, Teresa herself, others, having a laughing good time. Oh my God, he is a retard. You're violating federal laws, and I can't wait to serve you in September. But I'm gonna jump to, I know what your came for, and I think it's on the slide 2.2. And this is where I was bringing up where the defense found out about Brianne Wilbur getting the scholarship. And this was just conversations between us about Bree Wilbur that Andrew and Matt wanted more information on. This is how the defense came to know about and passes on to Andy. He said, good, fine. They had no clue Brianne Wilbur got Abigail Williams' scholarship until who brought it up? And then Aspen, Connor. Remember his drug charges when he was going to film the Hulu doc? It was Linda Miller, her family and friends, that was supplying his drugs to him. And this is where I was breaking down where Brianne Wilbur and Derek, all of them were close family friends. Defense had no clue of this. That's why they're asking for information on Brianne Wilbur and the state's witnesses. When Brianne Wilbur is friends with dealers like Derek Sherman, Blaine McClellan, Christopher Duff, Ashley Garth, among others, this is what Toby and a few content creators that's been pushing narratives and stories away from Tina, her family, Christy Lynn Martin, that cartel drug ring. You have multiple creators protecting Tina, Jenny Kroom, her AK daughter, her niece, Brittany Nicole. Brittany, you've been seeing AK Brittany Renee. It's Jenny Kroom's little AK daughter, AK niece, admitting that she has longtime friends and family. Yes, they go back to some bad people, dealers turn killers, but no reason to look at my family, my AK daughter, and her friends. But yet, when Brittany Nicole goes back to like Nico Washington, Dominic Nico Washington, the serial killer, the dealer turned killer that killed the two informants up in Richmond, that's hours away from Kokomo. She's friends with him and his friends and family. Another killer up in Richmond, hours away, but no reason to look at her and her family. This is why when you're looking at cases, you're doing it unbiased. Look at the families. Look at the friends and family of those families. You look at it unbiased until you get the truth. Is friends or family involved? Yes, no. The cartel, the drug ring, the conflicts of interest. You have elected officials, attorneys, judges, their family and friends going back. And I'm trying to speed up because I know what you're wanting. I know why you came here. We're about to get to it. And notice, I want you to keep in mind the date and times. This is before he ever asked me about Brad Holder. Remember some of the exhibits that became later defense exhibits? That's Brad Holder. If you look on this picture and his friends list, friends and family can only comment. And the emotes, one of his longtime friends, Victor Silva. Just like Brad, when it comes to Damian Swoke, it's Dynamo Swoke, but his MMA fighting, he goes by his legal name, Damian Swoke, a longtime cartel dealer out of Kokomo and gang member. So if you see Brad Holder, friends with him, you see I showed Victor Silva. Here's Victor Silva, his Facebook. Armand A.B. Bridgeforth. Keep Armand in the back of your mind. And you can still, to this day, I can show you on Keegan Klein, his friends list, Damien and Armand. And I want you to keep what I'm saying right here. If only you listen to me, Matt. The criminal network, the drug ring, the cartel dealers, kingpins, longtime friends of Brad Holder, going back to the cartel drug ring, Other targeted missing and murdered cases, the killers, their friends and family, are longtime decades friends with Brad, his family, elected officials, law enforcement. There's an issue here. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to speed up to, I know why a lot of you came, and I know what you're getting at. It's like, hey, I came to see what all Matt knew and hid. Look what I'm bringing here. How the defense came up with the name Kokomo Crew, Gabe Ellis, Kyle Stacy, Josh Ebeling, Megan Allen, Tina Riddell. Remember George Stanley? A lot of these names. This is months before the Franks motion. And a lot of these content creators reverbing and using themselves, their followers, and even the cartel family and friends that are involved to try to pry information out of me by all means necessary, whatever it takes. Remember the California, aka Ice Queen, Kate, aka Pre-Consent? Knowing that I had cartel dealers threatening to slit my throat if I keep snitching on a cartel network that they belong to, they'll slit my throat, leave me in the woods, just like those two Delphi girls. And she's coming, telling me how she's dealt for years. She used so many drugs and forced her friends to use these drugs. They gave her the nickname, the Ice Meth Queen. She's bragging about this, knowing dealers and killers involved with little kids being murdered. And she's going to tell me she's an Ice Meth Queen named by her friends like it's a bragging right. I still got all those emails. There's a lot more to come in the next few lives. I'm just rehashing over this right here. This is how the defense know about Megan Allen. Her mom, like you've seen above, that was in the Dropbox, along with a lot more. Tina Riddell admitting that her daughter and friends she cut one of the girls to know what it felt like. How that all came to be, and all these content creators saying it's their digging, their work. This is how, praise be to them, donate to them, give them gear, pay their way. Oh, we're coming. Help us fund our trip, buy our merch, just like Prof tonight. Make sure to donate and financially help me. You don't hear me saying that. It's never been about me, what I can get. It's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This same truth was heard in Flint Farmer and Karina's case. After 2.5 years of solitary confinement, forced drugs, trying to get him to do exactly what they got Rick to do, it failed. The jury heard the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Just like I was trying to show Matt and Andy. If you take Flint's case on, it's an easy win. Why? They can't hide the federal truth, who and what I was, in the testimonies, the interviews. I want you to look up Gabriel Ellis's The Time of Delphi, On the Run with Sierra Daly, the child exploitation, the drug charges. Who was this defense attorney? It's the same defense attorney that took Flint Farmer on as a client. Gabe Ellis admitted everything in Karina McClurkin's case to his defense attorney. Jerry McClurkin, in multiple visits out there at the jail, video calls, her and Andrea Joe Glassburn. Gabe admitted everything to him. I was where I was. I stopped and helped her. Yes, they did pick her up. Paige Shirley did pick her up and did take her to Gabriel Ellis's trailer. That's where she picked Gabriel Ellis up and eventually turned around and took him and Karina to his daughter's apartment. I'm going to go to slide 3 here in a second. This is what you came for. And these content creators, if it isn't giving them intel where they could spin it around for the next 10 years, excuse me, I'm going to. I forgot I had headphones in. That's didn't mean to cough in your guys' ear. This is what a lot of you were asking. I'm pretty sure you wanted me to come and rehash this. And as I was trying to do, and if more people came over here, I would be willing to invite people up here on panel. Hey, I want you to go back to this slide or this conversation in the text. Like one person's already doing on here, but this is where it's about to get good. And mind you, this is before he ever asked me. I got a name for you. Brad Holder. Here, I'm going to slow this one down. This is how Todd Click. It was the text emails with Todd Click, Greg Ferenczi, and Murphy during 2018. This is how Todd Click came involved. Todd Click did the same thing he did with the Odin 2 investigation. He dismissed the other third parties and only went after certain few names, as least as possible. Brad Holder, and the very few names he wanted to look at. I've got every text, I've got every email with Todd Click. And a lot of you are backing Todd Click. He was ordered by his agent in charge when he was a Joint Terrorism Task Force member not to document, not to push certain individuals and things that I brought up to my handler. They chose to cover that up. He deserves to sit where he is and stay behind bars. Todd Click helped frame Richard Allen on behalf of the FBI and the Joint Terrorism Task Force to cover his and the FBI's own asses. Indiana State Police of the FBI-led Joint Terrorism Task Force, the locals, just like how Todd Click and Rushville and Greg Ferenczi out of Terre Haute were full-time police officers, but they were trained by the FBI to become Joint Terrorism Task Force members. So it was almost like dual agency work as well as their local police department work. It's just like a regular detective getting asked to do dual, like special victims unit, along with regular homicides, murder, attacks, but being dual, and even doing that for the FBI. This is how Todd Click, Murphy, the two survivors, and why I said only two officers looking at him at the time. Greg Ferenczi was already targeted and murdered by an AP3, American Patriots member, to silence him before he could expose and go after the true others involved and behind multiple cases. There was an American Patriots, and it was a planned attack. It was planned, rehearsed, like a militia training, like any military former vets, they would train. They would rehearse just like the 72 hours. The FBI was surveilling and telling individuals going to and from that militia movement, training event, Ron Logan's, for 72 hours before Delphi, the FBI have telling Brad Holder, Amber Holder, anybody coming and going from Ron's land, there was at least 100 people that RSVP'd. I have every single name, including Brad, Patrick Westfall, Shane Meehan, Elvis Fields. You'll be surprised for years how many names like Brad Holder set in domestic terrorism watch lists for being known threats to American lives. And why? You're about to see the real name of the Sons of Odin. Why we went with the Sons of Odin, FBI-wise? If you look up Kyle Stacy's, one of his old Facebook pages, He's got a jacket on his left shoulder in that picture, and it has Sons of Odin. If you look up Patrick Westfall, Sons of Valhalla Motorcycle Club, or Patrick, Son of Odin, Facebook, he's openly flaunting it and opened a new, aka now motorcycle club, not a kindred, out of Carmel. He lives in Carmel, Indiana now. He's going by Patrick Odin's son, and he's running Sons of Valhalla Motorcycle Club out of Carmel, Indiana, openly flaunting who and what he was, along with Brad Holder, and others. During the Delphi case, he's openly taunting it and made a new club instead of a kindred. It's now a motorcycle club. Sons of Valhalla, Carmel, Indiana. Patrick Odin's son, Carmel, Indiana. And there's a reason they moved up this way. Julie, which lives in the same county, same city I live in, chose to tell them where I live. I'm far east, she's out west. Same city, same county. And thanks to Julie Melvin, that's why Patrick Odin's son, Patrick Westfall, chose to move within minutes from my ass. His motorcycle club is the same motorcycle club you just heard go by tonight. They do that on a regular basis. Tonight was only 3 of his and his patch members. I've got audio and video where I got in a confrontation with 2 of his members in the backyard, telling them to slow the fuck down. We have kids out here, and you want to come act like you're going to do something to me? When you tell them it's being recorded, look at the GoPro on my head, my camera on my phone, it's being recorded. Go ahead and try something. You got 2 little bitch boys with patches, Sons of Valhalla, got back on their motorcycles and ran off like little bitches. Those patches, those little 2 wheels, don't mean shit, Patrick. Just like those other motorcycle clubs. Look up the judge and wife shooting out of Lafayette. Oh, we'll get to Julie. Girls Rule. Remember I was just talking about Girls Rule? It was her and Sandra and a few others. Tina Riddell, Linda Miller. They made Girls Rule. Along with Buzzards. It's got a new name now. And how can you support somebody? This is going to get me emotional. But when Julie Melvin was sharing crime scene pictures, even during the trial, bragging who she got them from, and you were hearing her laugh and giggle like a little schoolgirl on multiple people's live panels where she was being praised for sharing it with the content creator and their followers. And she's laughing and giggling along with these creators, talking about 2 little children, one completely nude, sharing and showing what these criminals, these killers, they want their work shown. Julie and her friends orchestrated that and made sure, with the help of content creators, that they're paying, they're giving donations, gear, paying for them to come and stay, to make sure that only the narratives and the stories going away from Julie and her friends and family. Adam Bridge. Speaking of Adam Bridge, how about you look up Linda Miller's, aka son, second son, Stanley, R-E-I-D, aka their family slut, Stanley, out of Columbus, Indiana. I've got Linda laughing and saying she's seen nothing wrong with him having sexual relations and bringing a 14-year-old underage girlfriend around her and her family. Meetings, get-togethers, bonfires, parties. Knowing what he was doing with that 14-year-old, and they had nothing. didn't see anything wrong with it. Then how about you ask Linda how she moved out of her grandson, James Sawyer Jr., aka Clay Sawyer, raping and molesting his own sister, half sister, Aaron's daughter, Shauna Bradfield, her daughter, their friends, and neighbors. That's why they went from Columbus up north, Monticello. Remember Libby German on her Facebook that says she's working part time at Indiana Beach? Clay Sawyer raped an employee, fellow employee at Indiana Beach, just like he does his sister, their friends, cousins. Oh, what Linda doesn't want you to show is where Shauna herself and Aaron introduced her underage granddaughter. Her mother and aunt introduced her to J.P. Jarek Perry, a killer friend of the family of her aunt's. She moved in with him when she was 15, not even turned 16 yet. Was already having sexual relations, getting drugs, beer, alcohol, anything to her heart's content, doing exactly how Gabe Ellis started with Sierra Daly. Only Jarek moved an underage girl in, and her family seen nothing wrong with it, just like Stan, their slut family friend, her AK second son, Stanley Reed. And it gets worse where they start turning on each other when I start pressing, and Linda was actually saying, why doesn't Jen, who's only reverbing, doesn't know anything, is reverbing what you've said, and they got out of you, they're reverbing it. She's got nothing but hearsay, but why isn't Brittany coming forward if she knows so much and Jenny knows so much? Why aren't they coming forward with this information? They're hiding it. And when you start pressing on them, I'm getting threats of Jenny contacting Milwaukee Iron, Richie Klein, Tony Klein's family, and Milwaukee Iron, which Jenny is close and patched in with Milwaukee Iron. If I cared for my life, I've got the audio where it's recorded. If I cared for my life, if I knew what's best for me, I'd shut my mouth and shut the fuck up about her daughter and her family. Nothing to look at. But you want to know the real names of the sons of Odin? It's the same name that sits in my FBI Bathy informant files. The same one. Where if you look, what time is this? February 11th, 2018. Each year, on the anniversary of the girls and their AK victory over their enemies, they were still recruiting for the Tears Hellhounds. Oh, remember why I said the defense exhibits? What you didn't get to see? What Matt hid from the defense? Remember, how is their kindred they were recruiting for and praising each other and reliving details that were left at a crime scene by their kindred members? They were reliving it each and every, and I mean each and every, for year anniversary for 9 days. Just like their celebration for 9 days, they had to kill so many more people within 9 days to please their gods. At least 9. Flora, Harina, Delphi, Logansport, Daniel Height, Jeremy Patterson, well overnight in a certain time frame. It had to be 9 within a certain time frame. And how is this spelled right here? I want somebody to say it right here. How is this spelled? Hell. And then remember I showed you where, and I tried on eyes into her live. Remember, I just showed where Aaron Unger and Jared Perry said they took part, and it was a bridge ritual. They were forced south on the bridge of AK Death over the bridge of Death, like the River of Death. They were forced south. The whole bridge ritual involved forcing them south over the bridge of Death, forced down and to the north, then forced to wade across the AK River of Death, led up the other bank to the north to what? To the land of hell where the hellhounds waited. And here's where it's about to get interesting. There was no Georgia media and exhibits used during the Franks hearing. Where did this come from? And why does it play a part? And why did I put it right after Amber Holder and Brad Holder's Norse and Pagan kindred, based out of Delphi, Indiana, the Hellhounds. Pierce Hellhounds. HEL. Hell yeah. Oh my God. Say it ain't so. I'm going to let that one sit and breathe for a second. And I think my headphones might have died. So can you guys hear me? Yep. Okay, can you guys hear me? Can somebody say yes, no, maybe? Okay. Okay, I can see myself talking. Never mind. With that up, I couldn't see me talking. But what does he spell and how does he spell it when it comes to his kindred, the Hellhounds? Huh. And where did this defense exhibit? And where I was bringing up, if you look right here on what was a criminal court or something like that. This is the only image. This tells you I've never seen the crime scene pictures even to this day. I was just using what everybody else said, and this is how it was supposed to look like. I can honestly say, unlike many of you, I've never seen, I don't care to see a little girl naked and bloodied along with her friend and go gawk and say, who else wants this? Like content creators and the ones in their chat going, who wants them? Hit me up. I'll send them to you. It's sick and deprived and it's evil, sadistic. But I wanted to bring this up and just paint a picture. When did these get sent to Matt Hoffman and only bits and pieces made it to defense exhibits during the Franks motion? Over the 8 months, 8+ months, it was nearly when they asked for anybody that knew intel in December after they got on. It was shortly right after that, and all the way up to the trial itself, I was still providing information, giving information, and you see are only bits and pieces. Oh, what I just showed, yeah, that's the fake pictures. That's the one where he was showing on his Facebook, and it was used defense exhibit where he was parading around a mocked, both clothed victims on his Facebook, was parading that around. This is how it became defense exhibits and the defense bringing up his social media and what he was posting and talking about. And there's a lot more. I still have not shown the full Dropbox, but I'm pretty sure this is where and what you guys came to show. And I'm not just saying this, I'm showing and I'm putting my money where the mouth is. I don't make anything, I don't ask for anything. I spent half of what I get for Social Security on making sure I was able to meet with Matt Hoffman and Andrew Baldwin more than one time at the defense team's office, in office, with an Uber XL for me in my manual wheelchair. Since I had nobody to get me to and from, Matt did not even offer to pick me up, take me into the meeting with Andrew. I had to use Uber XL. And the distance and how much it cost, it was about $200, almost $300 each to and from visit. I went without for months on end to make sure Richard Allen got justice, the girls got justice, and the right innocent man wasn't framed. I went without medical needs, catheters, shakes that I need to keep me alive, keep me healthy, keep me going. I was going without supplies that I medically need, that I have to pay for out of pocket. For months on end, I put my own health and well-being, just like when I swore an oath, 17, going into the Army, for my nation, her people, for the truth, justice, loyalty, honor, duty, respect, selfless service. They asked, I provided. They needed further nexus, other third parties involved that she didn't roll out. Matt Hoffman got this and so much more. And I'm going to try speeding through this because I'm not going to keep you guys up all night. And you see where I'm speaking of. Brad Holder, the aka Kokomo Crew, the drug ring, where corrupt politicians, elected officials, judges, prosecutors, attorneys, they're longtime friends and even family. Like I showed Nicholas McClellan, Blaine McClellan, Nita Duff, Christopher Duff. Not made up, it's not a lie. But I'm going to get through the next few slides for a few, and I'm not going to keep it up for hours on end. But I just wanted to bring this up, and as you see, more people, if they were in here, if they had Q&A, they want me to go back different slides of the live, the hours-long live, I'm more than willing to, like I did today, go back and rehash the major things. And we're going to get to where I was speaking of, and if the first defense and now the appeal team, if they would have sequestered me as a federal confidential informant at the time of Delphi, material witness that allowed the FBI, Joint Terrorism Task Force, to have a investigation, domestic terrorism investigation on Brad Holder and others, 72 hours leading up to Delphi, and the post investigation was used my intel on the first to help build the second Odin investigation. It would have halted the case right where it stood, with the state FBI, Indiana State Police, and the local parts of the Drug Task Force, including, not drug, but Joint Terrorism Task Force, including ones like Todd Click. He even refused and hid where there was a first investigation. Brad Holder, among others like Patrick Westfall, Shane Meehan, the militia group, the criminal networks, the drug ring, the cartel, the corruption. FBI knew that for years. Brad Holder sat in the Joint Terrorism Task Force domestic terrorism watch list. But before anybody starts going on me, I'm going to try catching up, seeing where I'm at. Good God. Give me 2 seconds. I want to read. 2 seconds. How do I? Give me a second. Yeah, it's kind of what the some other content creators, they've been making sure only go to them, their pages, what they have to say. Okay, you want to come up? I thought you said you're wanting to come on, but here's where we're going to get where what I was talking about earlier. Give me a second. Put my headphones back in. Second. Give me a second. You were asking on. Here's where we're about to get some good stuff. And like I said, the motorcycle clubs, look up the judge and wife shooting out of Tippecanoe, Lafayette, Indiana. You're fine. I've got my camera right in front of me on my holder, so that's why if you click on that link right there, it should be able to link. It should be a link where you go on the backstage. I gotta approve to have you come on. So to ask you to go to StreamYard and kind of come in as a guest, and once you're on backstage, I can bring you in. And see, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just doing voice and my camera covered. I just didn't feel like with the camera being right in front of my face. Anytime I open my mouth, you're going to see my mouth open. And I'm going to be sitting there right, smoking a cigarette in front of your face. So don't worry, I got the camera off for the same reason. I got it right in my face on my chair. So when you come on, go backstage, let me know, and I'll pull you in. Here's where we're about to get some damning information. Kyle Stacy tagging Gabriel Ellis, Tyler French, among others. Remember how Blaine Nelson was talking about them all being brothers and sisters? It gives you the option when you come in backstage, you yourself turn on your camera or mic, and you can mute yourself at any time. You got the same like turn camera on and off options that I'll have at the bottom of my screen. So when you come on, you have the option of turning your camera off, selecting a profile image to put up, or just leaving it blank with a name or a number or letter, whatever you want, and coming on. But you yourself are the ones that hit the turn the camera off and turn the mic on and off when you want. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. And God, what I would give to have Natalie and Stephanie of the Free Rick rally. God, what I would do to have them on. This is one thing I want you to take notice. Hal Stacy reliving during what? Just like I said, each anniversary of the girls' murder, them reliving them and their kindred's sacrifice to their gods and victory over their enemies. This is where what I said 2 days before Delphi. Why is the victim's blood on a tree, an oak tree, a sacred tree to Norse and pagan kindred members? They chose a sacred tree, just like the ash is the ash tree is their tree of life. It's sacred to them. Certain oaks are sacred and used for altars. Why were they talking about pre-planning and listing out the rune left in a victim's blood 2 days later? Riddle me that. This is what I was saying. Matt Hoffman got so much. And Andrew asked me, as you can see during the first live, who's in charge of the meth ring? Okay, if Gabe Ellis did this, along with his kindred and gang, Brad Holder, break all that down for us. How would have Ron helped him pull this off? The ties and connections between Ron Logan, Gabe Ellis, Brad Holder, the ties and connections, social media, friendships, family, friends. Everything he asked me to break down, I gave to Matt Hoffman. They gave you exact reason why they killed. You used your mouth to go against us, our kindred. And one thing, Derek German, Blaine McClellan, Christopher Duff, Gabriel Ellis, Kyle Stacy, many of them, when they go into IDOC custody, what they will not tell you is that they become Norse and pagan, Saxon, Saxxon, Knights, Knight, Odin, the Odinism, the heathenism, practicing prison. They use it as a religion where they get time to go to religion and religious services to do the same rituals and stuff behind bars, part of their religion. What Derek German, Blaine McClellan, Gabe Ellis, Kyle Stacy, they all belong to the Saxon Knights, IDOC, Indiana Prison Gang. So when they're talking about wronging your brothers and sisters, when you roll on us, you use your mouth against us, well, we'll take the voice of one of your own. How about two of your own? Where they no longer have a voice, we're going to X that voice out. Here's where Julie Melvin, their friends, the girls rule, Sally Collins, Richard Collins. This is damning. During the trial, you want to know how George Stanley, the Stanleys, family and friends of Ellis came to be known to the defense? Ding, ding, ding. Her husband's from Rushville. He has family and friends still down in Rushville, including Elvis Fields. Are you there?
Hello, how are you?
But yeah, that's kind of shocking of the Girls Rule members like Shelley Collins, isn't it?
I was trying to figure out how to do
And
it.
you
I
remember
didn't.
I was telling you when she ran more than one groups herself, she's naming them right here. So the group
Oh,
she ran right here, the one running it
hmm.
was feeding intel directly to Elvis Fields.
Oh, wow.
This is one of
So,
the Julia Melvin, Sandra,
okay,
Tina,
that's
Linda's Girls Rule.
that. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about
Hmm.
that are like of kind of a concern right now for me and someone else that I know. Um, is Julie who she says she is? I'm saying
Um,
not her. I'm saying not her name. I'm saying does she have?
she's she's helping Cartel and friends and family of hers pushing narratives. Remember how Prof
Oh,
needed new gear, equipment,
yeah, yep.
camera, gear,
Oh, she.
Greeno, gear, camera? It's
Yep,
been Julie. They
I know.
praise in the one person, all these content creators. How do you think Amy, case by case, and her friends got all this new camera gear?
He's got a new camera that's following her and a new
And she's
microphone. And
praising Julie Melvin for helping.
okay, so what
So long
is
as they
Julie?
help push narratives and stories away
Julie
from that cartel and drug ring,
does
they get
Julie Melvin
rewarded.
does she know what happened? But she's just playing games with every fucking buddy.
Jenny Crim's the one that dropped Greeno off. She admitted that, and then the
Okay,
stories she had the creators and
dropped
he and
her
the
off,
rest of them attacked me to shut the fuck up. Yeah,
dropped
the blue
them off.
truck, Kelsey scene with the tags on the back, the stickers
Yeah,
matches tag by tag stickers. If you have Kelsey, look at Jenny Crim's former truck. She was admitting where my cat, Greeno, she
yeah.
was helping them going from place to place and filming,
Okay, so that's what I'm
reenacting
saying.
things.
I've heard
She was
that
the one where Greeno was staying with her at her house. She admits this, and I've got those text messages with uh, Jenny.
well, you need to put that out, dude. You have to.
Hmm. Like I
We're
said,
like,
I'm not done. This is just Matt
yeah, we're.
Hoffman, what he knew, and I just proved myself during that whole live in this. And so I'm not trying
Oh,
to cut you off, but
oh, you make
I'm
sense. You
putting
make.
money where my mouth is. I'm showing
Mhm.
where the Frank's memo came from.
I'm telling you, I don't think anybody's ever thought that you didn't put your money where its mouth was, okay? We all trust
But
you.
this is where it's sick. These are their friends that they choose to cover and giving
Right.
intel to Elvis Phillips even during the trial.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, uh, from what I've
Oh,
read,
Sierra
what,
Daly's cousin. I want you to read these real quick.
what
I
am I
called
supposed to
Gabe
do?
Ellis and Sierra going with Gabe participating. I got out of
Okay.
her own cousin, Sierra,
Yeah.
knew Libby German. How? Sierra Daly.
Ooh,
When Gabe went to supply Derek and his friends,
yeah.
he'd bring his underage girlfriend along. She'd go hang out with Libby. So you know how people saying there was another younger female? She was
Yeah.
with Gabe Ellis when he and his ring went and did Delphi. If you're reading what I'm saying, and I
Yep.
asked, did Sierra go with Gabe Ellis when he and his gang went to do Delphi? I don't think she was. Not that, oh, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They weren't the ones. They never did that. I don't
Right.
think she went with them. They knew where
Right.
Sierra was, and they helped with
Yep.
cover stories. If you look up in when Sierra Daly was missing and on the run with
Mhm.
Gabe, her family, Crystal Daly, the one you see right here,
Yep.
you remember the ex boyfriend of Crystal Scoton that got out of jail early here?
I
and
don't. That name doesn't even sound
took
familiar.
off. Well, he got out of jail here early. This is the judge and wife shooting. Then we have
Okay.
Ryan Ebler released. Marion County released him out of jail, and he took off to Georgia, where Crystal Scoton, a different Crystal, uh, moved to get away from him. End up killing her, burning her house on fire, taking her vehicle on the run back up to Indiana. Was in a vehicle pursuit with Kentucky State Police, and he's
Oh,
now a burning crispy critter on the side of the fucking road.
no
Excuse
shit.
my language.
Wow.
But Ryan Ebler was helping Crystal
Mhm.
Daly, Sierra Daly,
Yep.
covering up more than one missing and murdered. And here's where they don't like me, but
You know,
I still
everybody.
have every one of these and every single member that's in it.
We can't be loved by everybody.
God, you sound a lot like JoJo.
I'm not JoJo, but JoJo was gonna come over here this minute. I think she's in the chat.
Jolene?
Huh? JoJo.
Jo-
Remember JoJo? She's so cute. She's
If it's Jolene Jody Posey,
well, it's just
I don't
JoJo.
want to talk to her. I
Oh,
don't know who JoJo is, but Jolene JoJo Posey
Okay.
makes me sick. You'll be surprised. I've got some Jenny.
No, her name is JoJo. And
Well,
she's
hold on. You have Jenny, Jolene, aka JoJo Posey,
okay.
sister of Jenny Kroom. I had Jenny Kroom. I've got pictures of where I have Aaron Unger, then other members of Linda's family, even her own daughter, trying to make like they're interested in me sexually, wanting to get with me. I think it's to get me to silence, not to, oh, somebody I'm with, I wouldn't dare like expose them. So they were trying to act like they're interested in me, just like pre-consent, aka Kate, now Shabugs,
Really?
sending tit and ass pictures saying, oh, you know you want this pussy. I've got
Oh.
Jenny Kroom, Jolene JoJo Posey doing exactly that. Tell me everything you know. Oh, you know you want this. I like what I see, but ooh, do you like what you see?
Well, you will not hear me.
Trying to exploit everything I knew.
I am not, and I am not sexually frustrated. Do you know you know what I mean by that? Somebody said I'm a sex stalker, and I'm angry because they couldn't move in with me. And I know that person's listening, but it's okay because he's fucked me over enough, and I'm done. You know.
I think I've had you on here a time or two.
Hey,
does the first name start with a T?
You don't
I've
know
had T
me.
on as a special guest.
Okay. You just be quiet now. There you go.
Yeah, I knew that sounded familiar. I know last time you were on,
we had fun.
As my special guest T is on, I didn't give your name. Same one, correct? Well, I knew I heard this voice before.
Yeah, you know who we've talked even on the phone before. So.
And how many chats and how many groups and creators chats and groups in their Facebook groups do you see these same members?
You know what's funny?
Rima, I have to give Rima a praise because she called out Tina Riddell in these groups, admitting that her daughter stabbed one of the girls. Didn't know what it felt like. Then Tina admitting that she helped them clean up the blood in that basement with baking soda and peroxide. They begged her. They needed help.
Megan Allen, she didn't get her ass jumped that morning.
Nope. That jumping, beating, and hard R. She was already AK blood sister when Keegan trying to put Keegan, which how you spell Keegan, Callis. Everybody keeps saying it's Keegan Callis. No, Keegan is Keegan. I was introduced to Keegan from his underage girlfriend 3 houses down from my ex-girlfriend. I was introduced to Keegan as Keegan Klein. And his dad's Jeep, if you see it over here, he's just visiting me. I'm his girlfriend. Well, when he broke up with her, the one she was her cousin was who he
Mhm.
was dating. It was her, Abriana Valder, in the pictures with Keegan Klein on his page. I had one of her longtime close friends admit, yes, that's Abriana, not her cousin that was in the pictures with Keegan Klein.
Right.
And that's why you see Abriana Walter and her mom and stepdad liking and commenting on pictures. It's because her daughter and Keegan were a thing. They were dating. I was introduced by them 3 houses down from my ex-girlfriend where I was living. Introduced to Keegan was explained. If you see this Jeep, his dad's Jeep over, this is Keegan, my daughter's boyfriend, coming over to visit. He's a longtime
Okay.
friend with her brother, went to school with her brother, but now dating his sister.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
But these names you see in a bunch of chats and groups, correct?
So do you believe that the Kai, K-I-E, is Kai fucking pie?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um,
But look right here. This
I'm not sure. Okay.
48 hours. 48 hours. They go from putting this February 11th, telling you it's a rune, and they were explicitly talking about it's the rune of open mouth and blah blah blah. Listed it out, and Hell Tyr, Hell Odin.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
how in the hell 48 hours it goes from being on a tree and looks like blood,
Right.
in reality 48 hours going from this to this. Now you see why the defense was leaning more towards it's an F and it's this rune. Because
Yeah.
why? Kyle Stacy reliving, along with Brad and others, reliving this to this. You
Right.
see it now? I can see it pretty damn clear. Instead of pointing down,
No, I
somebody
see
that
it.
didn't know what the hell they were doing and being forced to do it.
But I don't believe the blood spatter expert was correct on that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they not get a blood spatter expert that was actually at the crime scene instead of one that they found that just what took
And
100
here's where, this is more I gave, like, this is the juicy one, this slide.
No,
Because
Kyle
these are further,
got on the plane with Anthony _ shots to go to Alaska, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then this is how, instead of Sons of Odin,
Yeah.
Patrick Westphal out of Carmel, his new, instead of Sons of Odin Motorcycle Club,
Yeah.
they have a bad name thanks to the defense in the Delphi case. So instead of
Right.
Sons of Odin, they did Sons of Valhalla Motorcycle Club.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll show that. Oh yeah, I'll show that. But these,
It's right there.
I want you to take close attention. Who's in here?
Do you
Megan
know
Allen's
what?
boyfriend.
Yeah, I know. That's a he got a star on his hand, a diamond on
Yep.
his hand. Okay,
And if you
so
look back, Michael Greer. This is where I was also going to get Michael Greer, the judge and
Mhm.
wife shooting, the motorcycle club, cartel members, the gang, the Almighty gang family out of Chicago, Michigan area.
Mhm.
It's the same gang. Gabe Ellis, Tyler Joe French. If you remember, I showed Tyler Joe French. Remember the VL Vice Lords over his right hand over his heart with the VL.
Yeah.
Almighty Vice Lords. And this is a weapon. You see right there. You can see clear as day. There's blood still on that serrated Bowie knife. It's starting to rust. This is 18 days after Delphi.
Okay. That looks a lot
And
like
one weapon Brad Holder made. This weapon right here. And I had family of Travis Janicki and the others. That's not blood. It was painted. It's paint to look like blood. That's not blood. That was paint.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, I've got that.
that knife wasn't used at the scene of the crime?
Both of them were. It was blood, and their family and them were trying to play that off. If you look, if you've ever did wild game or ever had to butcher your own hog or uh, beef cow, if you ever butchered yourself or anything like that, you
Right.
know, if you have a weapon, you have blood on it, and say if you're hunting, you just cleaned an animal, and you leave that blade up instead of putting the blade in the dirt or anything like that, you're leaving it kind of the handle and blade
Hmm.
up where it doesn't get dirt on it. So if you're going to use it again, or if you don't
Yeah.
want it to get dirty and get mud and dirt, grass, like leaves, everything on it, you're going to want to have it where it's the handle and blade up. As you can see up here, where the blood went from the top, it was
Hmm.
allowed to drain down and dry. This is starting to rust 18 days after Delphi. They were parading around the exact murder weapons. Remember what they said? It was
Okay.
a straight edge leading into a serrated weapon for years.
Katana sword.
This is Megan Allen holding it over Hagen's shoulder. Same weapon. You can tell,
Hmm.
like I said, the blood on these weapons. And if you
That one
remember
right.
Tina, uh huh.
That one right there
And
looks
that
like.
one right here, I want you to keep in mind that one right there. And remember, I told and showed Matt Hoffman to look up the Book of Troth in the
Mhm.
Dropbox. I found a PDF and page by page by page in the Book of Troth that Kyle Stacy was reliving. You
Mhm.
look up page 111 in that book. And here, I think it's this is after you picked the wrong fucking day. Odin be with us when the wolves are released. Held here. They were admitting it was them. And what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You snitch? You rolled? You went against us? Well, we took two of your own. We did it. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? They were parading and openly letting it be known it was them and why they did it.
Well, this
Oh,
is
it gets
January.
worse.
That was January 18th of 2016.
Before, they were already opening up.
Yeah.
You picked the
Okay.
wrong motherfuckers. Odin be with us when the wolves, they nicknamed themselves the Wolves, Tier Hellhounds, the AK Wolves. When the wolves are released, Odin, Odin be with us, Hell Tier, Tier
Hmm.
Hellhounds. When the wolves, aka Hellhounds, are released,
Hmm.
Odin be with us.
Yeah, I've seen that picture before. Okay, I'm gonna
This
mention
is
something.
Tina. Oh, you're
Let
gonna want
me
to see these. This is Tina talking about Christy Lynn Martin, her sister,
let
aka
me
I have
let me,
Anna admitting. Hold on, I have Anna admitting where Christy Lynn Martin was in fact even her admitting Christy Lynn Martin was uh Abby's godmother.
I just heard that recently. The anhydrous. Okay, so here because they have scrubbed the internet. The anhydrous. We know how they really got the anhydrous, but they've scrubbed
Hmm.
that. So, and I'm not gonna say any names except for Tobe. Um,
Oh, I'll say it. Anna Williams and Toby Garth were longtime family friends. Anna herself admitted she's done work even after the murders
yeah.
with Ashley's grandmother and her dad. She's done work for the grandmother. They personally
Okay.
known each other for decades now. And it goes
Okay.
back to where Anna and Toby worked at the same uh, Ag Resource Center, the old DCS building. Everybody thinks it's
Yeah.
DCS is in Child Services. It's
Hmm.
Delphi Co-op Services, what it used to be called, aka DCS building
Okay.
by the bridge, is a
Hmm.
old department of Delphi Cooperation Agricultural Services. aka abbreviated DCS. It wasn't Department of Child Services. It was an old Delphi co-op building.
Okay.
That's where
okay.
they used to sell it out before. And if you look up Derek Sherman and what was it, Dustin Prater's ammonia theft, he admitted, both of them admitted they were going to give it to somebody to manufacture meth. Now, if you look up just a few weeks later, you have Gabriel Ellis
Derek got
and Heather
released.
Ferris. They were like, this is well before Delphi. Tony Liggett was the responding officer on the set trap that the Drug Task Force had Derek give the ammonia like he was playing to Derek Sherman and Heather Ferris. When that operation took place, Derek left after he gave the ammonia. They started manufacturing the meth 40 feet from where him and Dustin Prater stole the exact ammonia at Anna and Toby's work. 40 feet away, Tony Liggett is the AK responding officer and made the arrest. But riddle me this. This happened in Delphi, Prince William Road in 100 South. The only way you can really find it, if you look up the comment, give me a second.
Okay.
And who's the other person? Is there somebody else wanting in? I can't tell. I had another blue dot like somebody else wanted to come in.
I have no idea.
Nobody said anything in comments. If they talk in comments, I wouldn't mind having somebody come on.
I know that's I'm working on something right now.
Here's where, remember I was telling you I have more pictures that were sent to the screen. Dropbox, EMSI, Matt Hoffman gave me. And we're going to get to that here in 2 seconds. This is where, again, you see Amy, case by case, criminality, even Croft. Going around like they're digging, their work. Praise them, donate to them, pay their way to come to Indiana.
I'm
using
not a fan.
crop down images of conversations I had personally between me and I got out of Tina. What? And you've seen these cropped down to hide who she was talking to. And oh, look what we found. Our digging, our investigation. It's reverbing what I've said and shown as their own work. Praise be to them. Donate to us.
Right.
As they push the wrong narrative, the fake stories, the fake narratives, and it's to hide. Toby Garth, Ashley Garth, these dealers turn killers. And if you looked in the conversation with me and Matt, this is why Matt Hoffman, Andrew Baldwin, Brad Rossi went and talked to both Ashley Garth and Garrett Kurtz. What Amy and Toby don't want you to see, do you realize in every chat, in every group on Facebook, Toby Garth is a moderator of Amy?
What's his name?
Toby Garth.
I've never seen his name.
Oh yeah, I've got screenshots where he was a longtime moderator and being praised for being a mod in her chats.
She one time said, "Oh, I don't think Ashley's father's gonna like that," and he's in the chat right now. And never knew who he was. She never told us.
Oh, but you remember I was telling you between Blaine Nelson and me what he was admitting to?
Yeah.
There's just how can he say Pages? How can Jerry say Pages are involved? Remember how I spun Connor, Sonny Justice, Deb, True Crime?
Yeah.
Remember, I was just a fucking retard. I don't know what I'm talking about. Paige truly, Gabe Ellis is innocent. Then having Paige come on and doing, she's here to speak the truth on Gabe Ellis and Michael Phillips. Aspen Connor, how do you think he was getting his free drugs? He didn't have to pay a dime. He just had to keep the stories and narratives away from his suppliers and dealers, his friends he made. He got all the free drugs he wanted.
Mules?
I just think it's funny he got butted. It makes me wonder if he was trafficking when he comes for visits. How he was getting that money and donations for the gear and stuff.
Yep.
And paying people for this Hulu doc. He was making boohoo bucks. Getting praised at CrimeCon. for being
Someone,
supplied by the same dealers and cartel that he was being supplied by, giving money and gifts, gear to push the narrative and story away from his buddies and his drugs.
okay, someone you know, and someone I know, told them she was going to help pay for it. After it was said and done, she didn't, and he got really mad at it. They stayed together during the trial, real close, as in a house or something.
Yep.
She put him on the floor, overdosed. And
I'm just glad that motorcycle club decided to blare their music and fucking. They do that, and you'll hear it probably about the next hour or two if I stay on. You'll hear
Yeah.
them come back through doing it, and there's at times 6, 8, 10 of them all wearing the Sons of Valhalla patch. Then you have Milwaukee Iron,
okay,
and you've had the Phantoms, like the judge and wife shooters. They belong to
Okay.
the Phantoms NC.
so you're saying the judges belong to that?
No, the judge and wife in Lafayette, Tippecanoe,
Okay,
Tippecanoe judge and wife shooting. Like, these are 3 cases I want you guys to look back and kind of pick apart.
right.
Was first, it was the judge and wife shot by Thomas Moss and his motorcycle club and cartel gang.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Almighty. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's, if you noticed, where I don't care what way you sit, but when Aaron Unger, Jarek Perry, admitting details like what Dave McCain was wearing, Adam C. had on his person, the other people by name he was there with,
Right.
then one thing that got me is how would they know unless they were the male and female younger couple. And I've already showed pictures where you see Aaron looks younger than what she really is. She looks like
Okay.
like fresh out of high school teen in those pictures, correct?
Is her name Erin on YouTube?
Not 100% sure.
Okay. 'cause I
Then
haven't seen-
the Tammy Martin is Christy Lynn Martin using her.
that's her
Yeah.
sister. That's her sister, right? And,
Tina Riddell. I'm pretty sure the Tammy Martin that knows a hell of a lot in the groups and chats, like props, Amy's, like case by
That's-
case.
the real Tammy Martin.
Yeah, it's not Tammy Martin. She's using a fake first name, but using her real last name. That's Christy.
Oh, okay. I heard that whenever Greeno needs a place to stay, he goes to Christy's house. What's up with that? True.
Oh, that and where Christy Martin, she was friends with one of the firefighters at the 404.
Which one?
I've got that screenshots. I don't know if I put it on these slides,
Randall.
but not Randall.
Okay.
I don't know if I put it in the slides. But oh, do you see where Blaine Nelson physically admitting when I confronted him,
Mm-hmm.
I heard you were there. I heard you were involved. What's his
Really?
exact after I got out of him? Was it 105 East Harrison, like her mom told me? It gets worse.
Yeah.
And I even asked him on the live. He was talking about being Gabe's right hand man. It was him, Gabe, and Josh Everling, Kyle Stacy,
Okay.
using Gabe's daughter's apartment as a
Mm-hmm.
cartel drug safe house.
Wow.
And you have Blaine Nelson trying to say, hey, I didn't teach, no, I taught her how to hustle. That's all I had to do. I taught her how to do it, how to run it. But that
Mhm.
was all her and her dad. Even though he's admitting, like Delphi, Blaine Nelson was involved.
Right.
He's admitting on that live, if Gabe, the cartel, Mike
Mhm.
Jones in the 2018 cartel raids is who
Okay.
Gabe Ellis, Blaine Nelson, Kyle Stacy, Blaine Nelson admits that's Mike Jones' crew.
Oh, okay.
And you remember I said the ceremonial knife weapon
Yeah.
Brad Holder made?
Mm-hmm.
If you look on page 111 of the Book of Troth, it's
Hand.
ceremonial knife used at an altar.
Yeah. He hand forged it, right?
Yep.
Didn't they hand
He
forge
did
all
that
the-
for years, and the FBI was following him selling those homemade forged knives
Mm-hmm.
to fellow militia and kindred members. That Tears Hellhounds is another one, just like the American Patriots 3%, to Lightfoot
Mm-hmm.
Militia. The groups he associated with, including his kindred, Tears Hellhounds, for
Yeah.
years sit in my FBI informant files under the name BAFFY.
I've seen that name and I wondered what that was. What?
I was going to do Daffy Duck because they were
Yeah.
joking because being an AK snitch, I'm quacking. I made the
Yeah.
joke and I was like, oh, hell, we're going to do Daffy Duck since you like to quack, since you're AK quacking, you're snitching. So I made the joke. So we were going to do Daffy Duck. Well, Daffy was already taken.
Yeah.
So I went like, how about Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I'm slaying all these like foreign domestic terrorism suspects. I'm putting them behind bars. Well, I'm not Buffy, but I'm Baffy since I can't be Daffy.
That's right.
So let's go with Baffy.
It's your choice.
Baffy the terrorist hunter.
Right.
And I had that agent laughing. I was like, I'm not Buffy. I'm not a female, so I can't be Buffy, but I'm a male. I can hunt these foreign terrorists and domestic terrorism down. So I'll be Baffy the terrorist hunter. And he was just rolling.
That's funny. That is funny. Well,
this is just showing some things I've already talked about, like publicly.
I was in all your stuff.
This is how Kyle Stacy's so sick. After killing 2 innocent kids, he's telling everybody, "You're safe because I'm out walking." You remember, if you look up Kokomo, they were having like shooting, violence, and everything. So they were doing community patrols.
Okay.
And walking in groups. Well, Kyle kind of made himself look good. I'm walking so the community's safe tonight.
Wow.
This is where
he was friends with. So he's friends with Vincent Kozlowski, who went to be a police officer in Alaska.
Mm-hmm. Then,
because I tied all from Tim Prater.
You want to know how ballsy and how gutsy they were?
Yeah.
They were actively tampering with the secondary victims, the families, taunting who, why they did it. Then after they arrested Richard Allen, just a couple days later, what did Kyle Stacy do? Instead of reliving, he went, guess what? I'm going to poke the family directly. I'm going to share what they've shared. Carrie shared the white up for Abby and Libby.
Yeah.
They were physically using Linda, Tina, their family and friends.
Yeah.
Tampering. Linda, Shelly, they know where Carrie lives. They were bragging in texts and messages among each other. They took the trip down to out of state and physically know where Carrie and her kids are living because they physically went down there thanks to Julie and Jenny. Orchestrating and getting them Carrie's number. So you had the real third parties, their family and friends, coercing, the coercion, the tampering, guarantee there was threats, even to Carrie.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not only tampering with me, they tampered with the defense.
Really?
When not only the defense, but the victims' families themselves, like Carrie. The one that was left out didn't know anything. You had Anna in the conversations I had with her.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what Carrie has to say. She doesn't know everything me and Becky and the Patties know. They're not telling her. They're keeping her out of it. She doesn't know anything, so I don't give a fuck what she has to say. They purposely left Carrie out of it But the weakest link, family member, they allowed third party, the real killers, family and
Mhm.
friends to be tampering with Carrie and her kids, knowing where they live,
Oh my gosh. How many
having her
people?
personal number, knowing where she's working, where she's living, keeping up to date if she's changed jobs, if they moved. That's
Right.
pretty damn scary.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think she was treated very fairly. But
Yeah, and
there's
if you
also.
look down below the mic, if you hit the, you can see where you can hit that mute while you're using the restroom real quick, since we're
Oh,
live. It ain't one of like our private conversations.
I'll tell them. Tell anybody who's in the chat to ask me a question.
Come on, people.
And that's what's sad. They've pushed so many people to only listen to them, only join their chats and their videos and their lives,
Yeah.
to the point where everybody wanted to know the truth. And Erica, and you had Christine, Mike Osbrook going, "Oh, the Franks memo. If only you knew what the info we do and how deadly and how scary some of these people are. And it's more than others involved." They have
Right.
nothing now. They've got the other parts where, like the criminal investigation, the work product there, but a lot of the exhibits,
Mm-hmm.
the who, what, how, and how the defense know about the Kokomo crew, George Stanley, the Stanleys when it comes to Elvis Fields.
Mm-hmm.
How did they find that out?
Right.
I wonder.
Yeah. How the fuck did Circus get a hold of that first video, the interview of Ron?
That's leaking. You got to keep in mind, like, remember Frank Meister getting and the AK, what props calling him the troll farm? Apparently, I'm part of the troll farm.
Oh, I am too.
Because remember, he was asking me and begging me, and I showed and exposed that.
Yep.
Because the defense is coming to him and he needs all the names, like everything I have on Gabe, Kyle, and I refused.
Oh God, I need it now.
Yep. Remember I was telling you, like, where were you guys on February 14th and 15th?
Mm-hmm.
And this is showing the first sexually trafficked, missing, and murdered targeted. They knew intel. Go speak to the KPD, the locals. I did that. It gave him an escape route to keep his pension.
Really?
And this started 2019, almost 3 years after both Karina and Delphi. He disposed of me. Why? Because he's telling me what? To go talk to the local PD and locals.
Yeah.
When they started saying, we're going to charge you with withholding information, tampering, until I started showing them texts and emails with that handler telling me to only talk to him and the FBI. Don Whitehead. Everybody keeps saying, oh, if you look into Flint Palmer, he's the real one behind Karina, and he helped in Delphi. No, it was Blaine Nelson, his nephew, and his gang and cartel.
Mm-hmm.
They supplied Blaine. They made sure Blaine and his friends was supplying Flint with more than enough drugs. So when they went to go do it, exactly what happened. Even Jerry and her mother said,
yeah,
there was something that happened that night. Karina, like the day before, ran away from a group she was hanging out with, partying with, and ran to Flint's house, begging him, "Hey, can you hide me away? Can you help me? Can I stay here for a couple of days? Just can you help me?" Right. That's why she went to Flint's, and I showed where Jerry McClurkin and her mother openly keep saying, "Gabe Ellis told me everything." His defense attorney, the same one that took Flint on as a client, in order to use what Gabe Ellis admitted everything to his former defense attorney, he himself could not use that in the trial where Flint was the defendant, not Gabe. Gabe already told him all that. The only way he
Mhm.
was legally allowed to do that is my testimony, my interviews, and me talking to Todd.
Right.
That's how after 2.5 years in solitary confinement, forced drugs, trying to get the same results they got out of Rick, they tried 2.5 years in solitary pretrial confinement with Flint. Not 13
No,
months, over 2 years.
I know nothing about that part, but let me ask you something. Um, didn't
Here's the February 14th, 5th. Remember Jeff Brackett?
I don't
Well,
remember that.
Jeff Brackett, he'll come and play here in a second, but I'm sure further this is on the Dropbox, so it's going to be
Okay.
not in text message form, but this is off the Dropbox on AMSI investigations. And mind you, this is months leading up before the Franks. Does this look familiar? This is off
Yeah.
the Dropbox between me and Matt.
Yep. Sure does.
And
Doing.
this part, this is a goodie. This the printed out dispatch. Hours before the girls were found, there was somebody, one of the searchers that came to the fire department, was letting it be known the girls were found around 6.5 hours. Read the circled part.
Yeah, 22-minute mark, approximately 14:41, which is 2:41. Tell by time. I'm at the crime scene. It's 14.
You've heard this name before. And oh my god, that is the printed out dispatch where they scrubbed it.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. You don't find this on the printed out or transcripts of the dispatch.
Right.
But this is on the dispatch that I printed, I screenshot. When I found it, I'm like, what was he talking about 6.5 hours ago? Like before that morning, he let it be known the girls were already found over 6 hours before they are officially found.
Well, I heard, now Becky said.
Oh, this is another one.
That they were really found at 9 a.m. But then she told
before these turn trial exhibits, where do they come from?
Well, those are, what do you mean? Are you asking me?
Yeah, these are further like the ones I just showed you before, like them meeting, and then he had one where it was just this, where the runes spelled out and stuff.
I see it. Yep.
Then he did different things with them, but
okay, yeah, that looks
kind of 5.
And then as above so below. Holy, hold on.
Oh, these are some good ones.
Who's Donnie?
I'm a Donnie Brasco. I'm a fake PI, CI.
Oh.
These are rich. They're bragging and they're doing content and videos saying that they know from like Christine Salazar, and Erica and others. They know details and they're reverbing what I've said and already showed. But praise be to them, give them donations, sub to their pages. But look what I mean. Where the real Frank's memo, the details, the third party, all that came to fruition.
Yep.
All that came to fruition because of who sent it. But yet, look, this is what the fuck I'm dealing with. Remember my PTSD?
Yep.
I'm just a mental retard.
Oh, yeah.
I was never a CI. I lied.
Yeah, that's like,
It was confirmed by Todd Click to Andrew Baldwin, who and what I was in 2018 when I worked with him, Murphy, and Ferenczi. That's how Todd Click came involved with the Delphi. He confirmed, and if you heard Mike Oshbrook on Criminality and other pages, yes, an FBI former CI at the time of Delphi came forward to the defense with intel, but even he refuses to give up the name of who it was. Does he not know?
Right.
Remember how he's like, oh, and I've got messages with Mike Oshbrook, the same things I was showing and telling Matt Hoffman that came to become the pranks. And And this is remember CJ and Greeno brought up my
Yeah.
2018 on Criminality, where Phoenix, her whole little cult following was
They
up
were-
there laughing with Adrian,
That's when
Christine, and chat and all that.
Yeah, that's when CJ first came out, right?
Yep, and CJ coming out hunting testicles, true crime. The Nutter, the one that's
Oh,
fucking mentally retarded. This is on Criminality. She had him as
wow.
a special guest, and then he brought up Greeno, and they were talking about how my 2018 video with Indiana State Police and
Mhm.
KPD detectives going over Karina's case, Delphi.
Yeah.
They played that entire video parts on Criminality live, and that's why on the end of this live I did, I'm no Vanessa Watch. What you and Lena Oriani did and admitted she worked with Lena Oriani, giving Vanessa's work product, how she was going against her friend Lena in the stalking case that she lost multiple times and has a lifetime protective order, no contact order by Vanessa Wash.
Okay.
Teresa Stebbins, aka Criminality's longtime former YouTube partner, Vanessa Wash. This is how
Right.
Lena and her talk shit about her former partner, got rid of her and disposed of her. They were bragging, and there's text between Teresa and Lena Oriani, where she was telling and giving Lena all she needed to build a defense on what Vanessa planned to be bringing at her. She was relaying information just like they're doing to Elvis Fields, Tina Riddell, Megan Allen, Gabe. They've been using their platforms, getting monetized, donations, gear, hell, even stays. And it's by cartel dealers and family. As long as they push the fake narrative, fake stories. Look over here. Oh, it's DP. It's Dustin, whatever his name, Prater? DP
Yeah.
or whatever.
It is
It's
crazy.
him and his girlfriend was there. Not Aaron Unger and Jared Perry, who admit and gave details only they would know. But here's where I left nothing unbarred. After I showed what I did, and this is in Criminality's chat. Remember when Christine was just on live with Prof saying, and how Prof was saying, oh, his PTSD, CJ and Greeno are right. His PTSD that I got from being raped and molested, beat, sodomized with me and my little cousin, female,
Mhm. Yeah.
by an older distant cousin for about 5 years of our life. That's where my PTSD comes from.
Oh,
So
I'm
they
sure.
say they're here for victims. They're here for justice for victims and to speak up on behalf of victims. But yet,
But
if you're a child victim of rape and molestation
Right.
that was covered up by family,
Well, maybe it was done to them too, and it's kind of a.
but to them, you're just mentally ill. You're a retard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When they're done
Oh,
with you,
this is, remember where I told you where Tina admits where she put just a drop of peroxide on a drop of blood just to see if it was human? Make that make sense. And then she was having Tina, Linda, Julie, Jenny, their little cult following group push the narrative where she never said she put blood on any blood, and she never said it was the Delphi girls. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh.
See right here.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure it's all like in the blood. Oh. And this is at Gay
This is what
Valley.
these content creators, they're making money, thousands over 10 years, making content, pushing fake stories and narratives, helping their friends that are donating thousands upon thousands over the last 10 years, giving them gear, crime scene photos, inside leaks,
Yep.
and you wondered how they get it.
No, we don't wonder. We know.
And she's talking about, I know what I seen. Remember about when I said all the blood?
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked the date? And she was trying to tell me it wasn't 105 East Harrison. It was another street where Gabe Ellis is parked. He's got a, over by Speedway in Kokomo on Washington Street in Markland.
Okay.
There's an apartment complex. And in Gabe Ellis's pictures, you'll see that apartment complex. That's the one where it's a former stripper, like girlfriend, fuck buddy of his.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the two, but Blaine admitted it was his daughter's apartment where Karina and then Delphi happened.
Okay.
And
in that apartment.
Yep. And this is how, remember I was telling you how she was talking about blood being all over the walls and the stairs leading down to the basement? It was not padlocked. It was not locked.
Okay. I mean, okay, so did the girls ever
Remember I asked you? I asked her when the date was that? That's February what? Either the 12th or 13th. I'm pretty sure it was the 13th. Her daughter contacted her, let her know that she used a knife on one of the girls, didn't know how it felt, and Mom, I need your help. Mom, can you meet me here? Can you meet us here? We need your help on disposing of this and kind of cleaning this up. We need your help. So that's how she was there. She was asked by Megan Allen, Keegan Callis, and Gabe Ellis, their little gang, to meet them at his daughter's apartment. How else would Tina know about all this blood, from who it was, whose blood it was, including the baking soda and peroxide? And I got her to admit, so you're telling me they had that pre-staged boxes of baking soda and peroxide to dilute and hide DNA evidence?
So how did they get the girls?
That's where Aaron Unger and Jared Perry, when the girls went past them,
so they
forced the girls. Yes. Remember how everybody says it looks like there's another person at the end of the bridge, and only the male walked and forced the girls across? If you look up aka the bridge ritual, there is a female that you must get permission to cross from that female entity in that whole situation before the ones the souls of the dam are forced to march across the bridge of death. There is a keeper, Aaron Unger, Jared Perry, and only one of the two keepers. There is one that forces and marches the souls of the dam across the bridge, aka the male.
Okay, so you believe the girls were dropped off at the bridge on that day at 1:45.
Remember I was telling you about how the blood was on the walls, the floor?
Yep.
Read this. Remember how Amy, criminality, anybody that had Linda and their friends in the girls' role, Julie, they were saying this never happened. She never said this.
I'm looking right at it. Yeah. Okay.
And she was like, I know who some names were, and yes, she was with my daughter.
So I did hear that the girls were taken to a basement, but I have a different address.
And this is how she's talking about Derek and 2015. And then when he rolled on somebody, aka Aaron Unger, her daughter Celeste, longtime family friends of his and Anna's, both sides of the family, longtime family friends of them. He rolled in 2015 after he got charged with ammonia, the dealing.
Yeah.
In 2015, he rolled on somebody. It was both Christy Lynn Martin, Gabe and his cartel ring, and other members like Aaron Unger. And then shortly after, he wrote after he got caught, Aaron Unger and her daughter and their boyfriends were raided.
Okay.
And you see, remember when Aaron was saying Derek snitched?
Everybody says that.
But Aaron herself.
Oh,
And
no, I didn't.
oh yeah. And this is how Christie was rolled on, took the charges on the AK big guy Gabe
Yeah.
when she got her dealing charges in Florida.
Okay.
She was one of the bigger suppliers supplied by Gabe in Florida. And I got word where she and her friends were pushing drugs, and the locals, if you ask the real locals that actually lived there during the time of Galen and the girls,
Mm-hmm.
there was locals that came forward. That was being used as a drug house. And they target children, moms, like single moms that are struggling to make ends meet. Hey,
Do you
you let
think
us push a little drugs and use it as a safe house. Let us push some drugs out of here. Have like the traffic come to you and away from us. They won't think anything of a mom and 4 kids.
Right.
They just have friends coming over. But there was locals that actually came forward and was letting it be known where there was like routes in through the grass
Yeah. Well,
that was actually going to and from their door, the same door that nobody wants to look at this.
No. I know about.
Well, I was getting at Jennifer Dean Barnes being longtime friends with Derek.
Yeah.
Jennifer and her husband, which end up getting with her daughter when she went to prison, end up going with at the time her underage daughter, but then turn of age, end up getting with, and I think staying with her for a while. When Christy, it wasn't like Christy, but Jennifer ended up going. He divorced her and then going with his, like her daughter.
His daughter. Yep. I heard about that.
Yep.
I've seen a picture of actually all of them. I haven't run across it yet.
And this where, like, this is damning. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Tina and her friends. This is how they were longtime family friends before the Delphi case ever happened. Tina, Jenny, Julie, all of them, their families are deeply, for decades, connected with that criminal network. They know a hell of a lot more than they say, and they've been helping each other, giving each other family friends what they need to walk.
Is it a political network?
Oh, that's where one thing I brought up when it comes to like Flora, town council, and county, like Carroll County, Del Seward. Like, if some of these names are in city council members, longtime politicians like Nita Duff, Nicholas McClellan, what are they doing with their families, immediate family, like Nita? Her son Dylan got up her house and she had no clue. Get real.
Really?
All that drug traffic and all the money he's bringing in, you have no fucking clue. Get real.
Right. Maybe he's going somewhere else to meet the people.
And you see the conversations where later on you see where I think hold on, my phone did this last night during the live where I'm trying to get to the.
Did you have somebody on last night? Because I was looking at your stuff today.
Nope. But this is further conversation. This is before I went dark mode. And this is more conversations where it's easier just for me and everybody else. I did dark mode where it's easier on the eyes. You can fully read it better than black and white.
Right.
So this is before I went to dark mode. And this is, what's this saying right here? This is from Tina. About her daughter and her friends.
She lied about being interviewed with L.E. Megan.
Megan.
She lied about
when
Ellie. 'Cause I've heard
interview,
this.
yeah,
then I
when
heard-
she was being interviewed by Ellie, she was
Okay.
too high. She was too high on meth.
Mm.
She can't recall. I want you to look up Amy Ellis. It's Gabe's wife. When he was in prison years
Okay.
back, he was with a woman. I've showed this on a live and pointed it out, where his
Mhm.
now ex-wife mothered his kids, a few of his kids,
Mhm.
where she was involved. If you look up, I believe it's Amy Ellis, she was being questioned for her AKA dealer supplier, her fucking him for free drugs, and he came up ended up murdered.
Okay.
It was already being talked where she was the last one. She was in there, and she was allowed to contact her husband that was in prison, aka Gabe.
Okay.
After she talked to Gabe, she went back and used exactly word for word what Gabe told Megan and the rest under him to use word for word. I was too high on meth. I cannot recall anything of that day. I was too high. Kind of excuse. The same one you heard Megan use with law enforcement when they came and interviewed her. He had what his wife used, I believe in 2005, 2006, and her murder charge where she's being interviewed to see if she was involved. She used the same excuse and the same story that he told Megan to use word for word. And I'm like, oh my God. This is
Right.
years apart in the same wording, word for word, after a phone call to the husband in jail, like prison.
Mhm.
What he told her to say, I guarantee it would be on that recorded call. And she came back talking to law enforcement instead of keep talking. She came up with, forget everything I just said. I was too high. I can't recall anything. I was too high on meth. Meth psychosis. I was out of it in meth. I can't recall. And when I
Wow.
heard Megan say that, and I looked back on Gabe's wife getting out of a murder charge by using word for word exactly what he told Megan to use,
Mhm.
is fucking wild to me. Excuse my language, but
Oh,
damn,
that's
I
my
don't know what happens.
that's
Give
my
me
first
2
line.
seconds, something. No, it's weird. It's this stupid sidebar where if it moves out of the way, I don't want that. Like I was just moving through these slides like it was nothing. It did it last night, and I gotta move somewhere because it's stuck on this last one, and I can't
Oh.
go up or down.
Yeah.
What the hell? And
Well,
I know
then let me pick your brain for a minute.
yeah.
Okay. So the girls were taken to the birds that day. On
Yep.
the 13th.
Kelsey admits seeing a blue SUV, aka
Mhm.
Jenny Kroom,
Mhm.
and keep in mind, she admitted Anthony Greeno during the time of Delphi, how she drove him when he stayed with her. During the time of Delphi, he was staying with her.
Mhm.
And when he first started his page with My Cat, how do you think My Cat and Anthony Greeno was getting around, filming and doing all these recreations and everything? Jenny admits to taking them and filming with them at the very beginning of the case.
Really?
Yeah, she's admitting that she was the one taking them and driving them all over the place and actually helping them film, both him and My Cat. But she actually admits where in text and messages with me, she had Anthony staying with her.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because
So the blue truck leaving, everybody calling Kelsey a liar and trying to push that narrative and fake story. That's fake. That's bullshit. She didn't see no blue truck. No, that isn't Jenny. It was Jenny
Well,
dropping Greeno off.
Didn't it take years for her to come out and say that? Because that's when, like, she came out and said it, and then they started asking about that? Or was that said right away? Did you leave me?
No, not on purpose. Are you still there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, now I see
I'm
you.
like, holy crap! I want to go like try to get back where I can get to the. Oh, now it's wow.
It's working now?
Oh yeah, now it's working.
Yeah. Well, somebody wants to fuck with the shit. They don't like what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I think it was on. What was I on 7? Yeah, it's not
Some
letting me go to 7 for some reason.
background noise, and I absolutely have none, but you have a bunch of crickets.
Oh, I'm sitting outside in the carport.
Well, okay, tell people that because they think it's me.
No,
Nothing.
if you look, I'm sitting outside and there's a
I
little
can-
pond, so if you hear frogs, I'm
Yeah.
sitting outside in the carport. So sorry.
No, it doesn't bother me. I'm funny because I noticed it earlier. I'm like, hey, crickets, shoot them.
Oh, it's annoying. But if I move my chair or if I throw something, you're gonna hear a bang. But like I bang on a couple things and
Yeah.
get them to stop for a good while. It's like they're near me. If I throw shit at them, it shuts them up for a little bit.
It's funny. Oh my god, I don't hear them anymore.
Yeah, you hear the distant ones, but the ones right up next to me, it's ones that are right up next to the carport where I'm sitting.
They were so loud that I thought one got here, and I turned down the volume on your side, and I didn't hear them. So I'm like, all right, it's not me.
Oh, it's enough. It drives me batty. Like I'm right along with you guys. Like the hell, I had 6 slides.
So what was going on? So what did she say was going on in the base for all the blood? She said it was the girls' blood, so that's where they took the girls. They didn't take the girls to
Yep.
Ron Logan's
And
basement.
when I asked her whose blood is it and why is the blood there, she was trying to say they came with bloody clothes and was there, but the amount of blood she's talking about being on the walls, on the stairs, the walls leading to the basement. Then you've read it right there. The amount of blood she's saying that were on the basement walls, then pulling to the water heater. That isn't just cleaning up and splashing blood all over the walls and the floor. That's too much blood to even say, hey, it was from them watering down, rinsing off, like cleaning off with baking soda and peroxide, getting the blood off of them and pulling it that way. The amount of blood, she said it was blood. Nothing else mixed into it, just blood.
Right.
Pulling and going to the lowest spot of the basement over by the water heater. And if you think of most basements, where do they put the water heater? The lowest point near a drain. So if it overflows or anything, it's next to a drain in the lowest point of the basement.
Yeah, that's what the water
Most
tank
basements, they have like the center where like a sump pump is like in the center or the lowest part of the basement. That's where they put the sump pump, the water heater, anything like that close to the lowest point and where it drains.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So if you see different parts of like basements, it could be a corner. They make that where the sump pump is, and that's where everything drains to. Like away from the stairs. Like it all depends on how the builder or how they want the basement done. Where they want the lowest point. Is it in the center? You want it all going to like a wall, a corner of that wall to be the lowest point to put the sump pump and everything else in.
Right.
It's kind of all at the discretion of whoever wants the place built. So you see different buildings, like different basements where it's different layout.
Right.
It's all how the builder and the person that wanted it built were and how they wanted things placed and how they wanted it. But for her to talk about how she was openly talk about how much blood. I see. if I missed those.
So you
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure I showed you.
you don't think the girls were in the water at all before they staged them?
If you go by what Aaron said, part of that bridge ritual, it was a bridge ritual.
Okay. Was a ritual as in what, on top of the bridge, underneath the bridge?
Yeah, you're out of here, Dolly.
Why would you say?
Dolly producer has already went over all this.
Yeah.
This is not a true crime producer. It's Dolly, aka the fucking Ricky Davis, fucking little slut that was fucking trying to fuck Keegan, get with Keegan to get the info out of Keegan. Now she's with Ricky Davis, fucking bitch ass. And I wish that motherfucker could get out of jail and wants to fucking come at me. Because I show that little bitch Ricky Davis, he ain't no badass little fucking wannabe gangster. I'll
Right.
fucking curb stomp that son of a bitch and her both if they want to come at me. That was Dolly, aka Lowry.
Well, Lowry?
Yeah, Dolly, aka Diane, whatever. I'm pretty sure that Dolly's producer, whatever. Because, she's like, Dolly producer is a real true crime production. Come here.
We're not saying
like,
that we have production here.
Oh, if you seen, that's the one Dolly's producer was banned. I went and, you know what? How do you? I'm trying to. Because I should be able to head or mod. Because it's like this. I won't say her name again, but Kay, the other night's live.
Yeah.
Man, she was on it. She was like, anybody that was starting shit or talking shit, she's like, nope, ban. You're out of here. Goodbye.
I think that we
and
can
it was
leave
allowed me to keep going. I was like, oh, thank God she came along.
Whoever wants to sit there and say whatever, just let them, because we're just chatting. We're not a crime, you know. I mean, your name is Hunting Evil True Crime. That's your channel, but you know, we're not sitting here telling. You've been telling this story for a long time. The problem is nobody's. Or the
you
people
got other content creators that they're AK favorite content creators pushing fake narratives, fake stories to help Linda, her family, Tina, Megan, Christy, her family, push away from their family and friends, the cartel dealers like Ashley, Toby, all of them being longtime family, close friends, over the same criminal network. You have content creators and their followers that would rather stalk, harass, and then dox, silence if it's not fitting them, the fake stories, the narratives, fake bullshit content. And haven't you noticed where the ones that used to be with Prof, like Adrian and a bunch of them, they're now talking with Jinx and a few others. Just like they were talking like Phoenix and Greeno and all them. They were all buddy back on CJ's page, and having Adrian, all them, Phoenix, like all of them were a nice buddy. It never changed.
Adrian is
the only time you see these guys fighting with each other, it's for drama. It's to make content and to keep their viewers, their subs, and their mods, and like monetary donors, give them content when there's a dull moment. No new cases, no new like content. So let's work together and start drama among each other and start attacking each other for each page to draw up content. And oh, we're right. No, they are right. No, we're right. No, they're wrong. And it's just like how, what was it, KJB, aka, you know, I'm talking about Streets of Bakersfield. And Shaboog's having a fallout. Now they're back all best buddies.
Oh, I didn't know
It
they
was
had a
all
phone.
for content.
Okay. You know, this is what I'm gonna
Prof
say.
did a lot. Like he's doing it, and you notice how I
There,
was kept saying like Julie, every single body, like every single person, creator that she shared those crime scene pictures with and went on live bragging how she got them from Rick.
right?
And this is the date and time I got them. And you seen, yes, Rick gave them to her, like Rick Snay
Yeah,
gave them to Julie. Well, she would go on Criminality. She went on Prof. She went on CJ's. Like anybody that she shared them with, she went on their live panels bragging how and why she got them and how she sent them to them. And then she's laughing about it along with the creators that are having her live on panel. Be it the Prof's AK Troll Farm or Prof himself and his friends. How do you think they got them? And every single one from the AK Troll Farm, Frank,
Mm-hmm.
Jinx, you notice how none of them attacked Julie Melvin?
I noticed nobody
Mhm.
does.
Greeno doesn't attack Julie Melvin.
Only
Mhm.
reason I have been saying, who is Julie really? Now I did find something, but I found out today she didn't win, but she was running for a delegate in Hamilton County, and she came up second to last. Because they want to redistrict whatever. I know about it, but I don't know anything about Indiana. So I don't know. Is Indiana a red state?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Um, right where I'm at right now is a blue state, and it was red. So I don't know. You know, we
I
just gotta
keep
look.
having the blue thing because you're on with me. And it keeps going blue like somebody's wanting to come on. But when I look at participants or anybody that's sitting backstage wanting to come on, it keeps
Yeah.
showing up blue like there's another person wanting to come on. And
Okay.
when I click on it and look at participants or anybody asking to be on backstage,
Yeah.
nobody's in comments saying they want to come on. It's just random people like posts like, hey, like wanting to come on. Like it doesn't even show up backstage. Like it's weird. It's like somebody else wants to come on and live and talk,
Right.
but then when I go to press where it has like the two people, and when I go to look to see if anybody's backstage waiting to come on, I'm not
Nobody's
seeing
there,
nobody. Yeah, it's weird.
and you're used to using StreamYard, so you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's just probably the feds trying to get on here. We don't care. Fuck you.
How about what time? Like about 2, 3? Are you gonna be like available tomorrow?
Yeah. Actually, I'll make myself available. Um,
Well,
don't
hell, throw me an email.
don't
Like hell, unless I'm
don't.
pretty sure I exchanged numbers with you for a fucking like while back.
If you have the same number, uh, I have yours, but I
Yeah, it
don't.
starts with the 7, ends with the 4.
Yeah, pretty sure.
That or just shoot me an email. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we go, I just wanted to rehash this and everybody kind of reread this.
Mhm.
You blame me? Because I was sitting here thinking, hell, we've done about 3 hours and my phone's about to die.
Why do you? Oh, do you have to pay for that? Like for how long it is with StreamYard?
No.
Hmm.
Hell, I can go 4 or 5 hours, 24 hours. It's not
Go,
anything like that. It just,
go plug your damn phone in. I can have a question.
I got family about to get up, like, family I live with is about to get up for work, and yeah. It's
okay.
between 3:30 and 4. Like, they kind of get up and it's going to get loud, so.
Yeah.
Then get up and, like, start their bilkles and, like, radio and everything blaring. Yeah.
I want.
You're going to hear bilkles being loud and starting up and leaving and them talking to me, so it's going to get loud here about 3:30.
Yeah. No. I really had just like a couple key questions for you there.
Oh yeah, how about it? Shoot it.
Okay.
But you blame me rehashing letting this be seen. And keep in mind, Ryan Ebler,
Yeah.
his gang. There was I brought up where the judge and wife shooting, the Almighty gang, motorcycle
Mhm.
clubs they belong to. The
Right.
Almighty, Ryan Ebler, same story. You remember
Okay.
Michael Greer missing out of Shelbyville, south of Indy,
I
found
remember
burned
that.
alive
Hmm.
in near Muncie. His girlfriend at the time, Amy Singlis, or however you say her name,
Hmm.
if you look at her and the other female in the mugshot of Michael Greer being found burned alive, she has Almighty, the diamond,
Yeah.
right on her chest. The other girl, just
Wait,
like
who?
Megan, if you look at Megan's ring finger,
Okay.
Megan's got a
Megan.
diamond.
Yeah.
Allen,
Okay.
yeah, Megan Allen. If you look at her ring finger and pictures with her and Keegan,
Yeah.
and pictures with uh, her, then she's also adding like the diamond backdrop. Anytime you
Yeah.
see the diamond on her ring finger,
Hmm.
it's for the Almighty gang that they're belonging to.
Oh.
The same Almighty gang that shot the judge and wife. Ryan killed his girlfriend down in Georgia. Ryan Ebler, EBLER. Yeah, EBLER. Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell his name.
Yeah.
Then, right after him doing that to his ex girlfriend in Georgia, setting her house on fire, he was in the process of running back to Indiana with her stolen vehicle. And like I said, Kentucky State Police got in a pursuit with him and ended up him crashing and catching on fire, turning into a
Hmm.
crispy critter. Saved the taxpayers millions of dollars. And that's the same thing I've made in jokes. And I'm not joking about it.
Yeah.
If they really
Nope.
want to come at it, I'd rather spend a few bullets, few cents per bullet.
Right.
So if the tier hellhounds want to come, or their wolves want to come on another hunt, I'm pretty damn good at hunting wolves and coyotes.
Yeah.
If you fuck with me and my flock, I'll turn it into a nice little wolf hunt. And I guarantee you there's going to be plenty more beside me. We'll be down
Hmm.
for a good wolf hunt. So come
Right.
on at it. Come on,
Right.
wolves. You want to be big bad wolves? How about you come play with the rest of us? We're not
Hmm.
easy victims like children. We're armed. So we can
Right.
hunt some wolves. Bring it on.
Yep. Hey, I'm safe on a military base, and good luck.
So you're like me. I'm all down for a nice wolf hunt, you. The only
Yeah.
good wolf's a dead wolf. The only good hellhound is a dead hellhound.
Wow.
And you see, I'm not saying names to people or anything like that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying hellhounds, the only good one is a dead one. The only
Hmm.
wolf or wolves are dead ones.
Right.
If you don't like it, how about you come fucking do something about it?
Right. Well, I'm so sick of everybody going through the bridge guy fucking video, and goddamn, I'm sorry, but Abby on the bridge. It's so disgustingly fake that I can't believe anybody thinks that we're stupid enough to fall for that. And I watched it twice, and after I watched
Oh,
it
and they're
twice,
saying, oh, the only reason it's changed from here to here, they admitted they used filters in the video they gave out to
that,
everybody.
that's
They
not Abby.
altered it. They used filters in the new leaked video. They're
Yeah.
admitting, oh, it's a filter, dumbass. Oh, we enhanced it a little bit. That's not
Okay,
the exact image that was played in court.
Abby has no eyes. She has two black holes. That means
And
that they use,
AI enhancements does that.
that's what they use to lock the eyes when they're going to put a fake face out there. That's why I think it was either Brie Wilbur or it was, well, I would say Krista Burris, because I know that Carmelina and Bobby Joe, whatever, but, she has to have that that hair, but I think it's Brie. I think all of them are Brie. Every picture is Brie. I think they've morphed them all to look like Abby. And what is
And
that?
one
Triple-
thing they
and it was-
admitted, and they gave out the GPS location where one of the locations, the girls
two.
and Libby's phone, well, one
Yep.
of them was over by that power station,
Yep.
the
Did you-
transforming station.
Did you see the geofence? How much it actually covered? It covered the whole fucking county.
Mm-hmm.
And it covered Richard Allen's house. So they know
That's one
where
thing that made me sick tonight. That's another thing. You're gonna just reverb old shit over and over and over, and then you're gonna demand out of your followers and ones in your chat, like a certain somebody did it again just tonight. Make sure to donate and financially help me and my page, Robin. You see me ever hounding people like Gray Hughes?
Listen,
Robin's another Gray Hughes grifter. Make sure to donate and give donations. Financially help me and my page.
I've been in love with that man for like 4 years, okay? So don't talk shit about him.
Who? Gray?
Your man. No, your other guy.
Oh, Robin?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't
Oh,
say that.
God.
I did not say that, did I?
Oh, my God. You said you love Prof. What the hell?
Listen, I'm joking.
Oh, he sure loves to hate you.
Oh, I know. Hey, make sure you save me that video where he doxed me and gave you information about my daughter, please. Because I got something going on right now and they're going to need that.
Oh, by all means. I still have it. If you want me to go private with it, then have at it.
Yeah, I know I screen recorded it because that was some pretty damning shit he said. And I'll tell you this right now, not one single bit of that was true.
And I guarantee I got texts too with him, because that's what he forgets, the texts and emails between me and him. I
Yeah.
hold on everything. How he likes to say receipts.
Me too.
Proof.
Yep.
So
Me
him
too.
begging me, and my exact words, and how I became a troll, and my PTSD makes me mental retard to him.
Yeah,
is where
don't
I even told him after he was begging me everything, because the defense is asking him and he needs to send it to the defense, everything I know, and I've said on a list of names, I refused.
If you know anything about him, you know that he's got to be the one that wins this game. Okay?
He won't.
If-
I'm working with Stacy right now. There's going to be an emergency order to the FBI, Indiana State Police, and Joint Terrorism Task Force. There's an emergency order.
So Richard with the all the amendments.
Uh-huh.
You know
What people
happened to-
don't realize, I've been talking to Stacy, ineffective counsel, when it comes
You
to
look-
Brad Rossi,
Yeah.
his wife,
Wait.
Sophia
Stacey-
Rossi, his now adult daughters and kids. And then when it comes to Brad, not Brad, but well, we'll get to Brad here in a second. But did I not show that?
So
I thought I did.
I got it. I got your stuff open here. Let's see on a different item, a different thing. Nobody's.
Because you showed where I showed like mutual friends, longtime friends, and it's people that came stalking me on Karina McClurkin's case.
Oh yeah,
saying
I've
we
seen,
want justice.
Since you've been out
we
there,
want
I've
her
seen.
found.
Right.
So like Damian Swoke and A.B. Bridgeforth are family friends of both Karina's mom and dad's side. And that they started coming acting like we want justice, we want her found. But you see where they're going back, longtime friends of Brad Holder, Patrick Westfall, the same names you'll see pop up.
Okay.
Keegan Klein. And then what are the same names in third party? Like Keegan, Brad, their friends and family being mutuals, the same ones on Sophia, Brad's wife, Brad's page before he shut it down. I've got Brad Rossie's full friends list. I've got his wife full friends list. I got his adult children now full friends list. What are dealers, kingpins, gang,
Do you know his father?
cartel members,
Do you know
including
about
names that go back to Keegan,
Okay, but do
their
you know
friends
about,
and family.
do you know about his father?
Oh, the arson.
I don't know if he's arson, but I know he's a fire chief and he retired, and I'm sure he's an FM.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
watch. You see where I don't really talk much about it, but I gotta watch where I talk about that.
Yeah,
Is what I'm near.
me too. Because not something I like.
I've
to,
got a lodge pretty much in my backyard,
Yeah.
so I've got to watch what I say and how I say.
Right.
Because I've actually seen Nick and Brad, the members during his son's raising,
Hmm.
came from that lodge. There's members of that lodge that went to his son's raising to Master Mason.
Oh.
They're friends and family and longtime friends. Members of this lodge end up going to Brad, his son, Logan's raising
Mhm.
ceremony.
Oh.
So
Okay.
there's pictures of members of this lodge, and this
Did
lodge
that-
named.
Did that one say Brad Heath too? Brad Heath, the hornblower, the shofar, the church guy that cried, and he looked so genuine when he cried. The guy that was supposed to be spraying for moles on the fucking bridge that day said he saw the car at the CPS building. Brad Heath. Did he become a Freemason or a FM?
I'm not 100% sure, and I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure there was 6. There's like a ass thing down here, and I don't know what the hell. I thought I had 7 slides, and it won't let me get to the 7th because it says ask at the bottom.
Oh. Okay. So, you think Pence? Do you think this goes all the way up to Pence, or do you just think it's small?
Oh, it's Pence. There's actually the chairman of Indiana Joint Terrorism Task Force that tells the FBI, ISP, he's now been voted out. Jim
Okay.
Buck, James, aka Jim Buck, out of Kokomo.
Okay, Jim Buck.
Yep, Senator Jim Buck was voted out, but he was the longtime president over the Joint Terrorism Task Force.
Mm-hmm.
Board chairman, president over that task force.
Right.
When his friends and himself, their family, go back to cartel dealers, kingpins in 2018 and other raids, why do you think the JTTF, Joint Terrorism Task Force, was forced to look away from in his area? He's a senator of Kokomo, Flora, Delphi. That area is one of their representatives, senator-wise. He won everybody, including the JTTF, not to look at him, his family, and the corruption back to that cartel that goes back to even him. The Good Old Boys Club has a Good Old Boys Club where it senators, other elected officials that the cartel paid for politicians. And I want you to, next time there's an election, like the primaries are coming up or whatever,
Yeah.
look how many known drug houses, and you've seen raids at these houses
Right.
having politician signs up. Vote this person for sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are dealers, cartel dealers, drug houses, felons who can't vote
Right.
saying, have their friend, like longtime, decade-long friend, say this sheriff running, this person running for sheriff, it's longtime friends of theirs, and they're drug ring.
Okay.
This
Wow.
person running for sheriff. What are politician signs going up in front of a drug house, an active drug house, for people like running for sheriff. And this is another reason why I'm thinking Matt Hoffman was relaying what he was getting from me
Mm-hmm.
to his long time, decades friendship with Doug Carter. Remember how it came out and how it came out?
So
I'll
he
let
was
Andy know. Do you realize Matt Hoffman was running campaigns with politicians right beside Doug Carter, who were
okay.
running more than one campaign,
Mm-hmm.
where both of them were on the campaign trail and campaigning for the same politicians for
Okay.
years, multiple times. You have Doug Carter, just like he's running and helping the one running for sheriff here, in his
Okay.
former stopping grounds where he was sheriff before ISP state trooper. He's
And
now the campaign head for the one running for Hamilton County Sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like when Matt Hoffman, when he was a fire chief or whatever the hell he did,
Right.
and his ties and friends connections with politicians that were running for office, him and Doug have some of the same mutual politician friends that they both helped on the same campaign trail. Look that up.
Mm-hmm.
There's decade-long friendship. Does he really want to expose his longtime friend, Doug Carter, being corrupt
Well,
and covering up? Or does he want to help supply Doug Carter and his friends what they need to
how
tank?
can we tie the booger to Julie and like all the way up, like not it doesn't stop at 10. How can we tie Reno to that, or the booger? I'm sorry.
No, what'd you say?
So the booger was involved, not with the killing, but as the production was being showed live. Is that far from the truth that you know of?
I'm not
I
too
mean,
far off.
there we
I'll
know
say
that
that.
we know that there was a video made.
Oh, and that's another thing where individuals, they were naming names like Garrett. Everybody's trying like Amy and Toby.
Yeah,
How they were naming names where Garrett let it be known where Ashley's not innocent. She knew there was audio and video, like there was video taking and pictures,
yeah.
and friends of hers were getting shared that. Garrett, everybody's like, oh, Garrett's a complete liar. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But he's just trying to push it off on only Ashley,
Right.
where it's Ashley Garth, Ashley
Yep.
Garth was her handle, and Amy and everybody wants to hide the video where her and Garrett, remember those big ass sunglasses, the black hoodie over her head, and her and Garrett doing lives while they were on the run?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, I got the whole video, but I did a screenshot where it was Ashley Garth having the black hoodie up over her face, like not face, but over her head, and she
Yeah.
had these big ass brown sunglasses on, and was doing a live
Mm-hmm.
talking about, oh, we didn't do that. We don't know what the hell you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. They were doing lives while they're on the run.
So she was as herself.
Yep, doing Facebook lives.
Wow.
And
So-
Amy and Toby does not want you to see those.
If I tell you that there was a film that was allegedly filmed underneath the bridge with a very complicated production company with all the
And
equipment.
it's not just that. You had Tina telling Tina, not Tina, but Linda, Julie, Jenny, all them,
Mhm.
that her daughter took pictures and video before, during, and after. And she's
But
seen
not-
this physically on her daughter's phone.
but not at the area they were left at. Because there was nothing gruesome about that. They didn't even take the blood samples from the ground. They said it was pristine when they took down the tape.
Oh,
So
another thing is, I tried bringing up to Matt, and I
yeah,
gotta say, because I was just looking at the time, I probably gotta start heading off here.
yeah,
But Matt Hoffman, one thing I brought up to him was the whole what was I getting at? The tree being picked, and then in
okay,
the Book of Troth,
yeah,
how in the Book of Troth, if you read through that, if you find the Book of Troth by uh, what is it, Elder Edward? It shows right there on the Book of Troth, like I shared with Matt. And
yeah,
if you go ahead and find a PDF of that you'll see where in that book where it's the killers and the AK warriors of that kindred, they become like the sons of Odin, the warriors of Odin
okay,
and Tyr,
mhm,
the god of war. So they become the sons and warriors of. And
yeah,
it's right there in the Book of Troth. Everything that involves Delphi, the mimicking of this, that, and the other, how they would do a ritual is right
mhm.
there in the Book of Troth that they kept reliving year after year. And did you realize where Kyle
So every
Stacy,
year at the same time, every year at Lupercalia, this is when they were doing it, right?
and it's for 9 days. And if you look in the Book of Troth, when they do a sacrifice to their gods, it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be about 9 to 99 within 9 years.
Yep, I remember you saying that.
And you see how many that drug ring and their suspects, they go back to hundreds of cases.
How many are we up to? Remember you said we had to be up to 99, and then
We're
we put
getting up to close to 400. And
okay,
of those, about 50, 55 are children, guaranteed,
okay,
of all troubled community.
wow,
That's
yeah,
Indiana alone. We were
mm-hmm.
well over 500 cases across 13 different states.
Wow. Well,
And what's sad is, you remember the, not last year's, but the New Orleans
yeah,
reporter being lured and
um,
killed? Two
she
were
was killed.
charged. No, it was a male reporter. He was
Oh,
lured to a hotel during the New Orleans Super Bowl.
yeah,
Not last year, but the year before, when it was down
okay,
in Nolo,
mm-hmm.
where the two charged in his case, a lot of their friend and family goes back to friends and family of
Yep,
like the FedEx mass shooter. Now, what the hell is the FedEx mass shooter? Brennan Scott Hole, his friends and family. He only has like 70 of them. And how many
mm-hmm.
go back to Brad Rossi's wife, Sophia, not wife, but daughter, Sophia Rossi, Mark
Yeah,
Lehman, Brad Rossi, their wives, themselves, their pages?
mm-hmm.
Those two should have recused themselves, just like Nicholas. The family and friends of theirs going back to criminal network that's known federally, including charges on their friends, close friends for decades, of them and their
Mm-hmm.
children, wives. Brad Rossi and Mark Lehman have been helping hide and look away. Remember how it was Andrew that was wanting to push at the corruption in the cartel drug ring?
Yeah,
It was told by Brad Rossi, drop it, leave it alone, leave the corruption and everything alone.
and
Brad
notice he
Rossi,
won't
Mark Lehman,
do anymore.
and Nicholas McClellan can't have everybody sing that their family and their friends, criminal network, were involved, and how those three should have never been a part of Rick's case. Took the case on, or even as a defendant, took it on as a defense
So
attorney.
now you that so now you see that the whole Reese Davis thing has changed some people, and um, it possibly. I, I'm sorry, I don't believe the story with Reese. I don't believe the story with Ron Logan. I don't believe the story with Keegan Klein. The reason I don't is because I've been lied to and I've been told that it was one person that got it, and then I got another person tell me it was another person who got it, and now we got someone who's taking responsibility for it if you've been listening to any other lives. And it's someone you know. So we want to know why he's just now coming out and saying that he was a CI. He should have never really been in the same pod as Keegan Klein.
Oh, and I want to ask
And he lied about
Gizmo.
everything that he
Gizmo.
did. Shut up. I don't know
Sorry.
who that is. He's been lying about everything because I know the fucking story he's talking about, and he's bullshitting. And he'll come after me and he'll threaten me and everything else.
And you think his wife hasn't been helping him on what to say and how to say it that she got from Keegan? And then she was trying to pay to get information out of Richard. That got blocked because I said Holly Lowry.
Yep.
And this person that's been contacting Rick, block it and tell Rick not to accept any payments, to refuse it, and refuse to talking to this Holly Lowry, aka Dirty Diana.
Wait. No, Holly Lowry is Keegan's girl.
It's the same. Holly Lowry is the same one, aka Dirty Diana.
No, she's not.
Married? Yeah,
No.
it's the same one that tried it with Keegan. Is now married to Ricky.
Dirty Diana.
After it failed with Keegan, she tried doing the same thing and giving Richard Allen, putting money on his books and whatever he wanted. And it was trying to get him to open up and trust her. Hey, I'll keep money coming on your books if you keep talking to me.
But there's a lot. So.
But yeah, Dirty Diana is Holly Lowry.
No,
same
she's
one
not.
as Keegan.
She does lives after the show. She does lives. I've seen her. She's got blonde hair. She's got a young girl. And she's flirty every night after work.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty damn sure because
they don't even. Diana, she's got blonde hair. And somebody just said yesterday that
that's so fucking sad and pathetic. We're gonna paint a picture and tell him what to say. Like, you think Amy didn't tell him, hey, this is what I got out of Ashley and her dad. How about you say this and then paint this picture?
How did she find out about him?
And do you realize these content creators, including Diana, do you realize all these conversations, all the chirp messages in prison?
Mm-hmm.
You can FOIA, Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah.
Ask for all the visitor logs, everybody they've been in contact with, the messages, the audio video calls. Are they too stupid to realize, like, if you're working with somebody, hey, I want you to say this when I call, next call, this is the story, this is the narrative I want you to bring up, and this is the story how I want you to say it.
Right.
That's not going to be held in former conversations before the AK live.
Mm-hmm.
If they're controlling a narrative and helping him build a narrative, that's going to be caught in IDOC real time. Leading up and post these lives.
Mm-hmm.
Amy did. Croft, Diana. Do they not realize it's going to be on a FOIA request? And somebody gets that. They have the money and get every message, every visitor, audio, video call. None of that's private. It's all recorded. It's all documented.
You can do that without.
So if they were orchestrating with him, if they were feeding him information, here's what we need to say. This is how you need to say it. This is what you need to say. How you need to say it to build their story.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be documented in real time. Are they too stupid? And like I said, criminals are not too bright. Do they not realize it's going to be documented in IDOC, like I said, real time? Orchestrating that, planning that, carrying it out. That's all going to be documented before and after.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
don't know
them
what.
working with him, feeding him information, how to say it and what to say and what manner. When we go
Mm,
live, here, this is how you need to do it. This is what you need to be saying, how. You
right.
notice how his story's changed, and it's because of what creator he's going live with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Well, shit. I'm gonna have to hop off here. My family's already up, and it's about to get loud.
All right.
But hey,
All right.
send me an email or shoot me a text, and we'll
I will
figure out at
drop
the same time. But I'll work
drop
with
a
you on some of the images and everything I've got, and some of the things I have not shown yet.
yeah.
But I showed only a couple that go back to Keegan and Brad
I ain't
Holder.
showing cities, okay?
Where
I
it
ain't
sits
doing.
on Sophia Rossi's friends list. If she hasn't closed it down, go document every friend of hers,
Yeah.
and you'll thank me later.
And who is that?
I know
What's the name?
Brad, he shut his down, like hid his
Oh,
friends list. Mark
yeah.
Lehman, for last I checked, Mark's
Oh, I
was
was
still
always
up,
letting go.
but I copied and documented all those, and I can show you every dealer turned killer, their friends and family.
Yeah.
It's dozens, and it's going back to Sophia Rossi, Brad, and his wife. It's long-time, decade-long friends of theirs, and their friends and family of those friends,
Isn't it
or even the
Rozzy?
person directly.
Isn't it Rozzy's brother that went and got the film from the store and then said it was nothing was on there? That's very,
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, very
And
suspicious.
it was Rossi that told Andrew and Matt there was nothing to see during the cartel, the drug ring,
Yeah.
the corruption. Stop looking there. There's nothing to see. It'd be a waste of time. It wasn't
Right.
Andrew that didn't want to look, expose that, bring it up. Mark Lehman, Brad Rossi, their families, their decades-long friends and family back to that criminal network,
Yeah.
and Nicholas McClellan could not afford the corruption, that criminal network, back to their own friends and family being exposed. They
Right.
shut Andrew down fast and hard. Shut the fuck up about that, or else.
Okay, so
I guarantee he was threatened. Shut up,
glad you're telling me
or
that
else.
because I really thought he was compromised. And I was really upset with him. And it
Andrew's the
couldn't.
only one I really trust. Matt kept a lot
Okay.
from Andrew, like you see, and I showed right there on the start of the live and throughout the live. This is what I supplied. This is the dates and times. This is what Andrew was asking for, and I listed that off. This is what I supplied, and this is
Right.
just part of the full text and everything in the Dropbox. I just showed a good part. Filled out about 720 pictures out of
Mm-hmm.
1,000 I was allowed to do. And I just
Okay.
did partial of the text. I haven't got into the rest of the text,
Mm-hmm.
but then into the Dropbox full contents.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
I've still got plenty. But then I've got where these content creators, where they openly had like ones like Julie. And you notice like the AK Troll Farm and the Pro Defense side, you
Yep.
notice how none of them, none, even the AK Pro Skate side, none of them attacked Julie.
I'm
Nobody attacks their stores.
I'm very aware of that.
Kind of
And
funny, isn't it?
that's
And
been
it's
a
Julie and her friends, the girls' rule. It's now got a mascot, 2 different mascots. But if you look back at the longtime friends and the ones that are in these groups and chats, and the girls' rule, the buzzards,
yeah.
look where they go. It's both sides, pro state and pro defense. Content creators.
Yeah.
And each and every single one side, the crime scene pictures, how they were getting leaked out and all that,
Yeah.
it was orchestrated by them and their groups. Mark
It was,
Fortson,
yeah, it was
Robert
process-
Fortson, like Mark and Robert, like all that. It's just like the crime scene pictures. Like they made sure it stayed among their group first, and then the content creators that chose to, oh, let's give it to this person, let's let it like be leaked out
yeah.
for a paywall.
Right.
You got to be a member. You got to be in our trusted little group. You got to be
I'm-
paying to see it.
telling you now, like you just showed a picture of like a black and white and what it looked like and blah blah blah. But I'm telling you right now,
Hey, Dara,
those
hold on. This
crimes-
Dara guy, go suck a little dick like yourself. The one in the chat.
don't even block anybody. Just let them. But
Yeah.
shit. What was I gonna say? What I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you're kind of like me. Kind of getting scatterbrained right now.
Surprise is my first
Hey, we've
time.
damn near been on 4 hours, and even you said, I don't want to be on too long all night. Now look at us.
No, I said my eyes are real big right now.
But yeah, hey, we're going to try this a little bit earlier. That way a little bit more people can kind of see it and kind of go along. And
Yeah, I'll
hopefully
do-
get more in, like,
I'll do-
Q&A.
Yep.
And you
I'll
can
do-
kind of help me, like, read the chat. Hey, they want you to go back to slide, say, 3 or slide 2.
Right. Yeah,
Go
I will.
halfway down that conversation. Can you go over these and kind of bring up? And then
Yep.
can you bring up some stuff you have not shown yet? Like, so right now I'm just leaving the slides, the 7 I have made, kind of as they are. Like I did
Right.
tonight. I'm bringing up, I offered a Q&A. If you want
Mhm.
me to go back like you did, if you want me to go back in certain areas, re-go
Right.
over it and why I said Matt Hoffman refused to give and hid, obstructed
Okay.
the defense from helping them build a third party. His obstruction, his refusing disregard and lies and hiding
bad.
from Andrew
If Matt
violated
is
Rick's rights to a fair trial.
then Mike, then Matt is really, really bad, and I'm worried now because Rozzy, I don't know. I just
And you notice I didn't just say it, nothing to back me up. I backed myself up with the exact text on how the Franks motion came to be. Was it
right,
the whole 8 months of conversation on who, what, when, where, and why does the Delphi defense go after the JTTF and FBI demanding, hey, this Odin investigation, why the fuck weren't you told about this? Remember how
Right.
Jerry Holman was like, how the fuck do they know about all that? How did they get that? How did they become knowledgeable about that?
right,
The confidential source, I had every legal right to speak up. What they were trying to hide, the
Yep.
defense had every right to know that. They only gave them the second Odin investigation, not the first one.
okay.
They
Well, that's
hid that. And that
Um,
violated Rick's 5th, 6th. When the FBI, Indiana State Police, and locals are hiding evidence, including an investigation, I gotta call.
Well-
I gotta hop off here. Yeah,
All right. Go ahead. I'll we'll do something. We'll talk about something tomorrow.
off here.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Later.
All right. Bye.
Sorry about that. Night.
Bye.